And we're back to AzCFL Game of the Week, Week 6. Welcome back. We came back from a week off, Easter break, Passover break, bye weeks for all the teams, but we're back at our home at Cortez High School. I am Jesse Burke alongside J.R. Warner to bring you tonight the Arizona Spartans versus the Desert Bucks. J.R., welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me for another action-packed AzCFL, Game of the Week. Here between the Bucks and the Spartans. I'm excited to watch these two teams get after it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, halfway through the season, and obviously, you know, with football, it's not over till it's over, but tonight is a crucial game for both teams. Coming in, the Spartans coming off back-to-back losses. Also, the Bucks have not been able to get anything going this year. I think they're winless on the season if you count the bye week. First, the Sergeants was given a formal win, but no actual earned victories on the season, and tonight they're looking to change that.
Yeah, definitely. Not the start that the Bucks are obviously looking forward to, and we're getting to the point in the season where now it's crunch time. They're very aware that they got to come up with a W to keep their playoff hopes alive. Coach got a chance to sit down with Coach Willie before the game. He plans on says that this game comes down to just execution, making sure his guys are where they need to be, offensive line making their block as assignments, receivers catching the ball. He was really big about his receivers catching the ball. Apparently on the season, they haven't had anything through the air this year, so he wants his guys to step up to the plate today, and he believes that today's the day that his offense will be able to get it going versus the Spartans defense.
And speaking of the Spartan defense, we have another name back in the lineup after serving his one-game suspension. Reggie Jackson coming back to the squad, and tonight is, we live for the journalistics, the drama, and tonight it's a storybook on the field between two former teammates, now turned rivals. Reggie Jackson, linebacker for the Spartans, has hometown history with quarterback of the Bucks, Rico McNeil. They played together, won a championship together at the Stampede. They've been going back and forth all week on social media. You love to see it because they kept it professional as well. And tonight, they get to exercise those demons as they will line up against each other all night.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you get to clash against a friend or a former teammate, you always want to make sure you have your best performance. Reggie and Rico, good friends, but tonight they will be enemies. Best believe that both of them are very competitive people, and they also want to make sure that they don't let their feud get ahead of what the team goal is tonight. So at the end of the day, they just both want to come out, have a good performance, and do what they can do for each respective team.
Definitely. Then being able to talk to team defensive player, but he's out tonight, and Marzell Green of the Bucks, and having a well-versed, knowledge of the league because he's been on the Stampede, he's been throughout the league, and unfortunately he's not playing tonight, but he's been, studying his own team and told me that Rico has been dancing around a lot because of the lack of protection, and because of that he's playing a little beat up. But he's also seen Rico throw the ball goal line to goal line, so he's gonna not rest on his laurels, but kind of come in knowing that his backbone is his heir.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Rico has arm strength second to none in the league. Big, strong, stout quarterback. Correct me if I'm wrong, about 6'4". If I had to estimate, about 240, 250-pound guy. Real solid arm, real solid cannon, can get the ball down the field. But the biggest Achilles heel, so to speak, for this Bucks team all year long has been the offensive line. And speaking with Coach Willie before the game, he was saying that his offensive line for the first time all season has a chance to bring the same offensive line for 2 weeks in a row, which, as we all know, in football is huge for camaraderie, for chemistry, so on and so forth. But they believe that tonight they're going to be able to run the ball. Look for running back Booby Conley to have a great game tonight. He's coming back off of an injury and missing a game, so he's ready to get after it tonight, and that's where they believe they'll all get it going with the run game.
Yeah, Booby Conley is set to run the rock heavy, and then also Justin Brown, number 15, is said to be carrying the loads too. So we'll see. It's that weird territory of now. You're playing with house money. They're under the lights. They've been hearing the talk. They're underperforming. They came into this league known to be one of the higher end teams. They're the Stampede, right? They came in, but now they're kind of the outside looking in, and they want to just, I guess, turn it around. And what a better time to do it under the lights.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a few players on this team from the former Stampede team, but as they could tell you, this is not the same. This is not the Stampede team. This is the Bucks. Completely different team, completely different organization, and just like a lot of first-year organizations, they're struggling in their first year. Want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little about the Spartans offense. Got a chance to sit with Coach Aaron and a little kind of go over game plan. As if you've been keeping up with the Spartans all year long, you've noticed that, yes, they have a very high-powered offense. They get up and down the field almost at will at times, so to speak. But what's been underrated is their run game. They've been having a great success in the run game, especially last game of the week against the Rebels. They were managed to run the ball up and down the field, and Coach Aaron wants to be able to establish the run again tonight. They are missing their starting quarterback tonight in Trey, so the run game will be huge for them tonight, and that's exactly what he wants to come out and do. And so look for the Spartans to come out in their first few plays, getting established in the trenches and making sure they can find some lanes for Big Scotty, Key Harris, and the others to run.
Yeah, and definitely if you want to be technical about it, they're actually on their third-string quarterback if you want to take it to Daniel Smith,
right,
transferring over, who this weekend got the starting job at Arena Football League for the Sioux City Bandits.
Awesome. Congrats to Daniel.
So,
big shout out to Daniel.
You know, this league that we talk about, it's a platform, but it's also a stepping stone to get somewhere else. So shout outs to that. And then the Spartans have, like you were saying, emergency quarterback KD playing tonight. So, like you said, they're going to be focusing on the run.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get the start tonight. Keep in mind that Scotty has played quarterback before, so I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see an appearance from Scotty tonight as well as a dual threat type of quarterback. But really, in talking with the coaches for the Spartans, I really wanted to figure out what were their plans when it came to the secondary. At the end of the day, this is semi-pro football. The Bucks haven't been the best offensive team, but they got some playmakers, they got some receivers, and they got a good quarterback. And what was their plan to be able to not let up so many points through the air? Spartans have only been scored on this year through the air, all deep plays, all long balls. And in talking to Coach Dietrich, he just wanted to sit down with the secondary this last 2 weeks and have a heart-to-heart. Don't let anything happen deep. Let's make sure we're making these guys go on long drives with us, and look for the Spartan secondary to step up and respond to the coach's challenge today.
And as we get set, the captains will meet at midfield for the coin toss to find out who will be receiving and kicking as we get underway for the game of the week, Week 6. As always, we had a day full of football. The Reapers, man, talk of the town,
Jesus,
taking the life out of the Scorpions 55-6. The Thunder rolled over the Tide 26-9.
Again, that's a little surprising to me a little bit.
It did surprise me as
like
well.
the wing tee held up over there, huh?
You know, and then the Demons, Tucson getting it done against the Tigers 14-7.
Good job, Demons.
Headhunters continuing to headhunt, taking out the Titans 22-0.
They've been playing some really good football.
They have been playing, and you know, without the loss against the Lions, that's 3 out of their last 4.
Yep.
So then the Phantoms getting back in their winning ways, which I said they played better during the day, bro.
Yeah.
Shutout 21-0 against the Hawks. And then we'll get a score for you as the Silverbacks and Owls, I believe, are wrapping up right now.
I'd keep an eye on that Phantoms team. You already know how I feel about the Silverbacks. I've made it very clear that they're a sleeper team. But that Phantoms team, year in and year out, always tends to linger and always tends to be a threat. Keep an eye on those boys as we go down the stretch of the season.
For sure. I mean, we saw how they, got punched in the mouth the first week, and they're trying to turn things around. So, yeah, I would not be surprised by a second wind from them or like a second half push as coin toss has been completed, and now we are set as we see Rico talking to Reggie as he's backpedaling towards the sideline. So the emotions are already starting here before the game even starts. So we're in for an emotional night.
Oh, yeah.
And an exciting night. So, buckle up and get ready for Game of the Week, Week 6. Jesse Burke, J.R. Warner, Cactus Football League, Cortez High School.
Oh, yeah.
Spartans and Bucks. And just in, the Silverbacks have completed their undefeated run, or not completed, they're continuing their undefeated run 22-18 over the Owls.
22-18, good football game.
Good football game and good team. So 6-0. We have 2 6-0 squads here in the AzCFL, one in each conference.
Yep. A Silverbacks team, man, they one of the most selfless teams in the league. No names that really jump at you on the roster, but week in, week out, getting it done. Man, I told you, I'm on the Silverbacks bandwagon a little bit. I like what's going on over there.
the silverback piggyback.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was funny. On Intel, I had Ian Robinson from the Rebels, and he was like, I haven't watched much film on them. And I was like, well, they have film. He's like, all right, you got me.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're I guess the sleeper team but, they're doing their things quietly. So shouts to them.
Now, both of these teams tonight, Spartans and Bucks, are in must-win situations. We're in the middle of the season, working our way down the stretch now. We're really in crunch time. You're going to feel a bit of a playoff-like atmosphere tonight, especially coming from the Bucks. It's almost at a point where it's win or the season's over. They're kind of going through the paces the rest of the season now. And for the Spartans, they're trying to keep pace. I mean, coming off a tough loss versus the Rebels. They want to get back on the winning trail, and they got to get it done. Sitting at 3-2, they definitely don't want to end up being 3-3 after tonight.
Yeah, so the Spartans will receive the kick the first half. They're rocking the white on whites, as the Desert Bucks are rocking their, let's say, charcoal gray pants, red tops, gray buckets.
Yeah, the patented Ohio State look. Kick is up. Takes a bounce at the 15.
And it's going to trickle the back of the end zone. But because it's touched, he has to return it. And now he cuts past the first defender and is brought back down. So
got a flag.
Okay, so that's coming back. But nice way to turn nothing into something. But we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, I mean, one of the rules that you try to preach on special teams, especially kick returners, don't allow that ball to bounce. He had more than enough time to take a few steps upfield and secure the ball and not give it a chance to bounce and put himself in a tough situation there. But nonetheless, Spartans ball here, a little bit of laundry on the field, so we'll see what the referee's called.
And as the Spartans are backing up, I think it's on them. So it looks like they're going to be starting deep in their own territory.
Kind of pin back, huh?
It looks like almost in the back of the end zone they're starting. But no, that's where the huddle is. And it looks like, the refs will be downing at the 4-yard line, if not the 5.
It looks around the 4-yard line, so it's probably half the distance of the goal penalty there. So Spartans get started deep in their own territory. But as we know, the Spartans can march down the field with the best of them. Showing a 2-by-2 set here.
Led by, like we said, first-time quarterback, 26, KD.
Interesting. Bucks showing a cover 0 look here versus the Spartans 2-by-2 set. So we'll see what the Bucks start out doing here defensively.
Handoff up the middle. Good for a couple yards. Will be brought down around the 6.
So that's interesting. I mean, just playing a little bit of the chess match of football already. Aaron's game plan is to come out here, the offensive coordinator for the Spartans, and run the football tonight. And right from the get-go, you can see the Bucks playing a little bit of chess from the get-go, loading the box, saying, okay, you guys aren't going to run it tonight. I guess realizing that Trey isn't in the game, deciding to go cover 0 and really see what this quarterback can do with his arm. So great adjustment by the Bucks. We'll see how the Spartans adjust. And right off the bat here, looking like they're going with the empty look. 3 to the wide side.
So 2nd and long now. Good snap. Looks over the middle, throws it left, has a man, is able to move it, I think, right at the stick. So let's see if they give him a first down. And they do.
Yeah,
so
for the first down there.
Nice first down, second down conversion, and Spartans are getting back the field territory that they had before the penalty.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was a good little pitch and catch there. Good little pitch and catch from the quarterback to the receiver there in the slot. Little 5-yard hitch route, able to catch it, turn it into a little bit more yards, pick up the first down.
High snap, and this is going to go behind, and he's just got to cover it up, and that might be a safety, folks.
See, that's one thing that they can't have tonight. You don't got your starting quarterback in the lineup. You want to come out here and play flawless around him, especially the offensive line. You want to come out here and make this quarterback as comfortable as possible in this environment, in this setting, on a big stage, game of the night. And you can't afford to have a snap fly over his head on the third play, so to speak, of the game. So, unfortunate turn of events there for the Spartans. They'll get right back after it and line up in a 2-by-2 and see what we get from the Bucks.
Yeah, and good thing they didn't have a safety, so enough room to avoid a crisis there, as the catch is made by number 9 as he tries to do some dancing and is eventually brought out of bounds.
They seem to get him again on the same little route, same receiver. Hitch route there on the outside from the slot spot. Finding a little soft spot here, but I look forward to the Bucks go ahead and locking that up a little bit. They're playing really tight on the slot receiver, so The quarterback's doing a good job finding a little bit of room here to get that ball in there.
Flags are flying as quarterback looks left, throws it complete to number 11. Now the Spartans have 2 number 11s on their team, so one of them being Will Farmer, who made that catch, but there was a flag thrown, so let's see what they came up with.
See, right from the get-go, you can see the Spartans coming out, trying to get their quarterback comfortable, tried to run the ball there on the first down, then set him up with 2 short passing plays just to get him comfortable, get him settled in the pocket, and really try to make this game a little easier for their QB. So great job right from the start for Coach Aaron in the game.
So third and, I'd say, third and long, or unless they haven't updated the sticks. But, yeah, third and long. And, tonight, when I don't know what KD's usual position is, but when you get thrown into playing quarterback, which – you live and die, right, by the quarterback. I imagine there's some added pressure to him, as well as the emotional side of it, and then also the football side of it, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, if you're a gamer, you're a gamer. You're going to come out, you're going to play, put your best foot forward, and at the end of the day, man, let it all hang out there and see where everything falls when all zeros are on the clock in the fourth quarter.
As another flag is thrown. That's a good throw, good pass, or a good catch, but let's see what the flags are, as the refs are going throw for throw with the quarterbacks here on the Spartans.
Yeah, great. It looked like it was just either a really short post route or maybe a deep slant route there. It didn't look like he had like a 10-yard in or anything like that, but it was a good pitch and catch by the quarterback. Nice velocity on that ball coming from KD. I like that.
Yeah, and they picked up the flag too, so good pass, or first down, so Spartans are in business here.
Spartans here showing trips right, 3-by-1 look.
KD looks right, throws it. And he is rumbling his way to the sideline, and that was like a screen of a screen, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans, they've been doing a good job all year of working the screen game. They probably utilize the screen game more than any team in the league at this point in the season. Great pitch and catch there from the quarterback. Great blocking by the receivers there on the edge, too, to be able to spring Martwan Weaver so he can get to the outside there and pick up a couple extra yards.
Now another ball goes behind the quarterback. He has to, again, just cover it up. So, hey, at least presence of mind to not try and be the hero, right. Covers the ball and survives another down. That's something that I don't know if he's been studying, crisis aversion as a quarterback, but sounds like he, got that. He has his safety under control, right?
You're coming to a game. You're playing against a Bucs team that offensively hasn't been able to get anything really done all season. So why put your offense in a bad situation by trying to be a hero? His job is to be a game manager today. Make the throws when he can make the throws. Run the plays the way the coach calls them and dials them up. Get his boys moving down the field and giving their offense, the Bucs offense, a long field. That's his job all night long. And if he's able to do that, Spartans should be okay.
Linebacker Fred Mason, 22 for the Bucs, showing blitz. And they pick it up as Sewing is met after that catch.
That's
Billy Sewing Jr.
Carl Evans there.
That's Carl Evans Jr. I heard nothing but big things about him.
Carl's no way to sugarcoat it whatsoever. If not the best, one of the best safeties in the league. An older veteran, been around the game a long time, still plays the game at an extremely high level. His athleticism second to none in the secondary. Carl, extremely great play there by him, but he'll tell you he expects nothing less than to be able to come out here and make plays and fly to the ball. Yeah,
it was big praise by the other Coach Logan on the Spartans, telling me that he was one of the best players in the league. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As the line drive punt is beyond midfield, will be downed around the 34, 35. No, probably a little less. 34.
Yeah, looks to be around the 34-yard line.
33 and a half, 34-yard line, where the Bucs will start up with set up shop. So, hey, good, impressive, I guess some give and take by the Spartans, right. Losing field position, going back, avoiding a couple fumbles.
Yeah.
almost a safety, and now, the Bucks got the ball back. So, not the worst by the Spartans, but nice couple glimmers of hope.
Yeah, but for the Bucks, you did exactly what you wanted to do. You didn't allow the Spartans to completely change the field position of this game, to come out and establish themselves and be assertive offensively. You give your offense a chance now to work with a pretty short field, considering.
Definitely. So now here's big body Rico McNeil.
3-by-1 look here for the Bucks.
Handoff up the middle. There's Booby. Bounces it to the left, and he is met by a couple white jerseys. So I'd say a gain of 3.
Yeah, and in talking to Coach Willie, one of the things he really wanted to do today is get his run game established. He feels having Boopy back today, they'll be able to get some things going in the run game. And true to game plan, first play of the game, comes out, hands the ball off to Boopy on an inside zone, has got nothing up the middle, bounces it to the outside, picks up 3 yards. So from the get-go, Boopy already moving forward. Running game for the Bucks, as long as it's going forward, it's better than going backwards. They've been doing a lot of that this year. So there we go, 3-yard gain for the Bucks. Sets up 2nd and 7.
So, talking to a lot of the people around the league throughout the red zone, hearing the chatter of kind of living up to proper expectations, and unfortunately, I was saying the Bucks have not really been living up to it, but I haven't really been hearing as the pass over the middle is complete. Nice sniped pass to number 12. That is Joey Buckley. But yeah, the one thing I do like is I don't see a lot of Bucks players defending themselves or feeling like they have to, explain themselves.
Yeah.
They know they're underperforming, but they keep showing up and keep trying to perform, right?
Yeah, and that's the positive thing to having a lot of good veteran leaders. They got a lot of veterans on this team that's been around a while, still playing the game, and they understand what it takes to get it done, and they understand that once everyone's able to show up to practices and games, that they'll be able to get it all put together and possibly go on a good late season run here. This team definitely has some talent and can make it happen. They just got to stay the course.
Now a hand up the middle. As he breaks the tackle, he's still moving, folks, and he's beyond the stick. So this is a first down, as the snap was a little confusing as the motion player kind of came right when the snap hit.
Yeah, fake the jet sweep, hand it off underneath, back to the weak side, off the inside zone to the running back. Great play by Booby on the inside zone. Great way to make the middle linebacker miss. Reggie had a chance at him, wasn't able to bring him down, and then moving the pile. Booby is extremely strong from the waist down. He can move piles after the hit. He's not the one guy isn't going to bring him down, and he shows again, why he's considered, one of the more powerful backs in the league.
Definitely now. So a new set of downs for Rico and company as they are in Spartan territory early in this drive.
2-by-2 look.
Someone jumped.
Yeah, big number 93 got going a little early there. Let's see if they call that on him or possibly the defensive end coming off the edge.
Trayvon Hall. Yeah, it was on Hall as he's moving back. So, little, as we say, midfield excitement, right? Once they get into the other team's territories, it's just like uncharted territory. They act up a little different, but we first and
long.
First and 15.
Yeah, 1st and 15. Yeah, and Spartans got some speed coming off that the defensive end spot, outside linebacker spot. That can be a problem for the bigger tackles in the league. So right there, just trying to get a head start, get his hands on a speedy defensive end. 2-by-2 look here again for the Bucks. Actually, sorry, it's a 3-by-1.
Rico rolls out to the right, throws it. And he got a man. That's number 5 as he dances out of bounds. That is Joseph Parker Jr.
Great play by Joseph there to catch the ball and take what he can get, turn his shoulders and get upfield for about an extra yard or two. And then not take a big hit. Good job by the offensive line here for the Bucks. They're doing a good job holding up, creating a pocket for Rico. Rico stepping in, delivering the ball with some accuracy. So far, Bucks look pretty good on the evening.
It's got to be a unique experience when the quarterback's bigger than the offensive line, if not just as. So it's like they have an extra offensive lineman. But, hey, that's the beauty of it, man. Rico, one of the top quarterbacks in this league because of his arm and his size. So.
3-by-1 look here for the Bucks.
Handoff, not effective. He is met by 42 on the Spartans.
What a great play, getting right up in the A gap there, not allowing him to go ahead and bounce it to the outside the way he wanted to. Great play by Darius Turner there, just to get it done. Take a step down into the A gap, wrap up, bring him down. Actually, he had a gang of people come help him, but he could have got it done by himself. Great technique.
So now number 15 comes in, Justin Brown. So maybe there's another decoy or maybe a new running back to carry the loads. But that's what Coach Willie was saying, that expect 6 and 15 to carry the rock tonight. So
yeah. And as you can see, Booby did a great job right from the get-go getting the run game established. They're putting 15 there in the empty look, inside slot receiver, number 3 receiver in. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, 3-by-2, empty look.
Rico looks right, now looks left, has a man behind him, and he's got to get out of bounds. I don't know if he couldn't get his cleats planted or something, but he was slipping and sliding back there and is upset with himself as a good drive was kind of, left lifeless after they got past midfield.
Real good play there by number 40, Devorian Jones, a.k.a. Devo, and Christian Upshaw, and forcing Rico to get out of bounds there. Great hustle by the defensive end and defensive tackle to make something happen.
All right, so 4 minutes and 4:29 left in the first quarter as we still have a scoreless game. And the Bucks showing some life on offense, showing some life on defense, and then the Spartans showing some life on offense with third-string quarterback. So some of the unexpecteds happening tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that a lot of people expected the Spartans to come out here and establish themselves right from the get-go, but this Bucks defense is a very good defense. If the offense gets it together this season, it could be some trouble for the league.
Good punt. This will carry and be returned around the 10 as Billy cuts it upfield, and he is dancing down to around the 38. So good move by Billy, man. You should have seen him pull up in the pregame. Looked like Pop Smoke. His sunglasses on.
Billy's
he was big time, bro.
Definitely one to make an entrance.
Yeah. I was like, I might need an autograph.
Mm-hmm. Great job there in the special teams. Great individual effort there by Billy, but the guys around him did a good job blocking for him, creating a little bit of a crease. All he had to do was make one guy miss, and he was able to pick up a few extra yards. Let's look for the Spartans to go ahead and establish Key Harris here in the backfield. Their run game starting out in this 2-by-2 set. And
that is just that, a handoff, but is not effective as he's tripped up by Fred Mason, 22, getting his I don't know what dance that was, but he was getting his dance on.
Great play there by Fred, getting in and making a play right off the edge there. Fred playing a little bit of outside linebacker here for the Bucks. Great play.
As we talk about, these guys have lives outside of football, and we're always about marketing and media and stuff like that. Fred has his own clothing brand, and I help support it. I purchased a tank top from him, so nothing but supporting local around here in the AzCFL.
3-by-1 pistol look here for the Spartans. Hand off to the left. Ooh.
And that is another good run by Key, but another stout stop by the defense, and number 44 on the Bucks is talking, letting him know on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's Dominic Brooks. Coach Willie wants everyone to keep an eye on number 44 tonight, as he believes that he's going to have a very good game for them. Very underrated linebacker, flies to the ball, relentless in his approach to football, very high IQ player. He thinks that he'll have a great game tonight versus the Spartans.
Yeah, and I think Calvin Gray is number 20, and I think Carl's rocking number 2.
Oh, okay, so that was Calvin on that hit.
Yeah,
good play by Calvin.
Yeah. As now Katie throws it, and it is caught. Nice catch up the middle. That looks to be a first down by Billy.
KD's coming out here he's slanging that rock a little bit, isn't
he? He is. He got a little confidence, man. He shook the first couple jitters, fumbled. He got the snaps behind him, but now he's kind of feeling himself.
A little bounce in the step. You see the QB trot back to the huddle and everything. Go ahead, KD. I see you.
He's already changed his profile picture on his Facebook to quarterback. He's changed his LinkedIn profile.
3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Same pistol look here. Let's see if they come back to that off-tackle run again.
Another handoff to Key, and they keyed on the run there as he is brought down by 74 and 14.
Yeah, good play by 74, or working his way downhill, able to make a play, wrap up, bring the ball carrier down. Offensive line got to take on the challenge here for the Spartans, though, up front in the trenches. At least that interior part. On the outside edges, so far, they look pretty good, but interior, that center to guard area there, they might have to, get it done, so to speak, tonight. It's going to be really tough there in the middle of the defense.
So right at the 45-yard line, KD guns it to Draven, and he's out of bounds. Draven Taylor, the best hair in the AzCFL. He's the lock star as those things flow.
Draven's also extremely fast. I'm curious to see what his 40 time is, because I've seen that guy, got to play with him for a year and seen him in practice running, seen him make some long touchdown plays in games, and I'd really like to see what his 40 time is. He might be up there with some of the fastest guys in this league.
Also, if you're a product of the Disney Channel growing up watching That's So Raven, you might have some marketing opportunities with That's So Draven.
Oh, wow. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Trips to the wide side of the field here.
As a low snap, KD backpedals, throws it right, intercepted, and just like that, Calvin Klein, if you will, with the Klein interception. Calvin, man, interception, read it perfectly, got right in front of the receiver.
Gray.
Calvin Gray, man, 50 shades of him. Getting that interception and turning it and giving the ball right back to the Bucs. So, JR, we get in these situations where the scoreboard's not telling us anything. But on the field right now, I'd say it's Bucs.
On the field, I'd say it's a bit of a tug of war.
True. Touche.
They're both sitting right between the 40-yard line, not really, no team really able to make a big play to separate themselves. But, what you got there is just, you've been running hitches, you've been running out routes, and you got a defense that kind of caught on to a little bit of what you're doing. They were able to step up and make a play. KD having a good drive there, just unfortunately turned to the right side, got the ball delivered a little late on the out route. Happens.
You got to imagine quarterback Trey's over there on the sideline. Imagine he wants to get in KD's ear, kind of see what he saw. Or
Oh, yeah, definitely. Usually, most starting quarterbacks don't mind, talking to their backup, especially if they're out, letting them know what he sees, letting them know what he should be looking for.
As Rico's dancing in the backfield now, rolls out, has a man, but zips it right past number 5.
Yeah, you just want to make sure that, you make sure that the backup quarterback is as comfortable as possible. If he has any confusion over his reads, where he's supposed to be going with the football. Those are all things that the starting quarterback has. Although he's sitting there injured, he plays a huge role in being able to be an extended coach, so to speak, for the offense.
Right. And an extra eyes on the defense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. See what the defense is running and let him know where he can possibly attack them from.
All right, definitely. So, second down now.
Last pass was intended for Joseph Parker Jr.
JPJ. So, the Bucs, man, for those that are college football fans, they're not the Ohio State Buckeyes, even though the jerseys are very similar. We definitely have, I think, the best uniforms here in the AzCFL. So, the Spartans with the gold trim, the white on white with the black trim as well. Mm-hmm. And then, the Bucs, man, I don't know what kind of red that's the fire engine red, fire truck red.
You can go with fire truck red.
And which they should be called water trucks if you think about it.
Water trucks?
Because they're filled with water. So, anyway, back to the game here. As a fake handoff, and Rico is going to be wrapped around up top, dangerous tackle, but again, big body, kind of the only way you can bring him down as he is brought behind the line for a sack. So
great play there by the defensive end, getting his hands up inside of Rico's line of vision there. Anytime you force a quarterback to pump, to bring the ball down on a bubble screen or any screen, so to speak, it's usually going to end up in a very positive play for your defense. So great job by him, forcing Rico to bring the ball back down, unable to complete the bubble pass.
So when you have a big ball carrier like Rico and you wrap him up and his legs are tree trunks, so it's impossible to get him down like that, and you wrap up high, what's the danger of getting called with a horse collar or tackled by the the helmet? Helmet to helmet.
The horse collar, you got to reach up there. I can speak from personal experience. I've had a chance to clash with Rico a couple times, and first of all, if you're up high, you're losing anyways. I don't know why you're up there anyways.
True.
If you don't chop the man down at his knees or attack from the waist and below, you're going to be in a world of hurt regardless of how big you are. He's a very strong individual. But usually you're attacking a guy like Rico low. You're not trying to go high at all.
True. So with that, we've come to the end of the first quarter. 0-0 here at the game of the week. Arizona Spartans versus the Desert Bucks. Cortez High School. Week 6. Again, we had a day full of football. The winning teams, Reapers, Thunder, Demons, Headhunters, Phantoms, and Silverbacks all took care of their opponents. The Reapers, man, they're continuing. I saw a funny post. They said, they're slept on, but everybody needs their beauty sleep. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the Reapers over the last few years, I mean, they lack of a better way to put it, they haven't been a very good football team. And this year, they're showing some fight. They're winning some games. They're playing some guys tough. Tyler really doing a good job, the owner, doing a really good job and just trying to change the culture of that football team and get them to be one of the key competitors in this league. And they're on their way. They are no longer the pushovers, that's for sure.
And I mean, they're pushing other teams over. They put up 50 burgers.
Jeez,
a couple times today. A couple times this season, they put up some 50 burgers.
50? Was it 55?
Yeah.
That's a burger with some cheese, ketchup,
some onions,
little onions on there, tomatoes, lettuce. Whew. Ham, green, tomatoes. No, I'm just kidding.
We were talking about that on Incel, man. The cheeseburger, best cheeseburger spot. I like Wendy's, man.
Oh man, Wendy's. That spicy chicken sandwich is second to none. I love me some Wendy's. They still do the little chocolate Frosties?
I don't know.
I haven't gotten a Frosty from Wendy's in a long time. But anywho, started the second quarter here. 3-by-1 look here for the Bucks as they continue to try to spread the Spartans defense out. One safety high look here for the Spartans.
Rico looks right. Is in danger. Gets out of it. Continuing to dance around. Press. The ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground, and the Bucks avoid. Oh, but the refs. I see a ref sent. Little confusion there. As one ref was pointing one way and another ref was pointing another. So
that was a very good play by number 53.
And more confusion as I believe. Okay, so it is the Spartan ball. Or whose ball is it? As both teams have their offense and their defense running on and off the field. Okay, so it's Spartan's ball.
It's actually going to be 4th and long in the punt team.
Oh, okay, so the punt. Okay, wow, okay. All of that confusion.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening there. But 4th and long, punt team for the Bucks coming out here.
Crisis averted.
Great play though by number 53 Upshaw. That's been the question for the Bucks. I mean, they haven't had any consistency on the offensive line, and one blown assignment, somebody's right in front of Rico's face, as you saw there by number 53 Upshaw being able to be the person to be able to benefit from a blown assignment by the offensive line there.
Skyscraping punt as that will trickle into Spartans territory, so they're gonna have to start deep in their own around the 21-yard line. And good drive, but led to another, I guess, turnover on special teams, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see how KD responds to the interception thrown last series. We'll see if he comes out here and if he plays a little gun shy, so to speak, not wanting to make another turnover or make another mistake. But the way the defense is playing so far against his Bucks, I say, hey, KD, relax, come out here and let it all hang out, man. You got nothing to lose.
And especially that interception was like one-on-one coverage, Yeah. So I mean, maybe he learns from his mistake, and also I think that ball just hung up there a little bit, and the defender
hung up there a little long. And at the end of the day, you give credit where credit's due. Defender made a good read on it, picked it off. That happens. I mean, you're playing against guys that understand the sport. You give them an idea of what it is you're trying to do. They'll be able to pick up on it and pick you apart.
Sure, as a handoff now, there is Scotty Bugatti talking to him before the game. He said he has to go crazy tonight. He has to.
That's what he said. He wants to have a really big game. And Scotty has been playing very well for the Spartans all season long, being very consistent in the run game. When he's been on the field, he's been able to move forward. As you can see, pick up 5 there, make it 2nd and 5 here going now for the Spartans. But as he always keeps his legs moving. He's always moving forward, falling forward. It's very rare that he gets a handoff and doesn't pick up at least 3 or more yards. So great job this year so far by Scotty. 3-by-1 bunch look here for the Spartans.
There's another handoff to Scotty. He cuts it up, and that one not as effective as, I'd say, around a 1-yard gain. And now there's going to be a late flag, so got to imagine unsportsmanlike conduct or something.
Yeah, probably something around there, but good job there in on the play. Number 44, Dominic again, making a solid read, stepping up, not getting caught in the flow of the offensive line, being able to wrap up Scotty and make a play.
The player is slow to get up, and they're talking to him now. So, yeah, got to imagine some chippiness here early in this first half.
I mean, Yeah, you got to, if you're the Bucks, your backs are against the wall. You're at the point in the season now where you got to make something happen. This is a big game against a good football team. So emotions are going to be high tonight, no different than any other game of the week night.
Especially, they got family, they got friends. We're live on Facebook.
That's an unsportsmanlike penalty there. That's going to go against the Spartans. So knock them back quite a bit here.
We always talk about when you're playing, the competition's always good, right? So you want to only worry about playing the team. You don't want to play the refs and play yourselves and clean up, housekeeping, bad mistakes and stuff like that. So both teams obviously want to correct some of these unsportsmanlike conducts and conduct themselves professionally. As with that being said, another flag is thrown.
Yeah, the Bucks doing a little bit of shifting and adjusting up there in the front seven, and looks like the left tackle there, Cody, possibly just got a little antsy, trying to figure out where they were going to line up, and got caught out of a stance there. Tough play there for Cody for the Spartans.
So another Cody out of action tonight is Cody Barber, the kicker for the Spartans. Mm-hmm. He actually is playing Arena League as well. So shouts to him for going to the next level.
Oh, yeah. Been playing the Arena now for a few years, man. Like I said, Cody's one of the best kickers around, man. He needs to get an NFL look, in my opinion. 2x2 look here again for the Spartans. Hand off to Scotty up the middle.
And Carl is there on the stop. So a lot of the Spartans, and I know the jokes about the Bucks Stampede 2.0, yeah. But like you said, the Spartans and these teams know each other. These teams are kind of heavy set with a lot of vets and guys that have been around the league. So not only do they know each other from a personal standpoint, but they know each other from a football lifestyle and just being able to see them play throughout the years and on different teams as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when it comes to semi-pro football, some of these guys work together, So you get to know each other throughout the years.
Sloppy punt, as that's going to be a gift and a half for the Bucks. That's going to be there. It's going to be around the 20. I don't even think that made the 25-yard line. So the Bucks are going to take over with immaculate field position.
Yeah. Like I said, like we were saying, these guys know each other well. They want to have a great performance tonight. Long history with each one of these guys being on each one of their respective teams, whether they've been the Stampede in the past or any other team for that matter, Warlords, etc. These guys, they all know each other well. They want to play well against each other. And like I say several nights, just not be the reason why you lose. Don't be the reason why you let up a big play, because you don't want to give the other guy bragging rights throughout the entire week, because that's what you're going to hear all week long, how you gave up the play.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because, football is 60 minutes and there's plenty of guys, and, you would hate to see that just one person is the reason the team lost, right?
No, I mean, yeah, but that's the reason why we train. We train to make sure that one play that's let up isn't you.
That's fair. Okay. So, as Rico hands it off, Booby is met by the Spartans, so we'll bring up a second and long now.
Yeah, running up the middle, going nowhere. Big number 53, Upshaw, in there again to make the play. He's definitely put his mark on this game. He had a really good game 2 weeks ago versus the Rebels, last game of the week. He has been a force so far in this league. He had his first season in the league, cut short last year, back this year, able to play the full length of the season, and he is really making his presence felt. Big shout out to Upshaw.
So now 2nd and 11.
3-by-1 look here for the Bucks. Spartans showing some pressure up the middle, but bail.
Look left, he has Booby. Nice, impressive catch. The ball was right behind him, kind of caught it with one arm, 1.5 arms, I guess, if you will, and was able to adjust and move it up the field for a couple extra yards. So, nice play.
Yeah, good job by Booby there, able to make the play or make the catch and get up the field. Also, a good job there by the Spartans, number 20, Roland Reeves. Finally, with his number back on after being number 11 to support Reggie last game of the week, able to push him out of bounds for a very, very, very short game.
Yeah, then as we said, the Spartans have 2 number 11s.
Yeah.
They have 2 number 5s. And then I believe the 20 is Roe Reeves.
Roe Reeves. So 3rd and long here for the Bucks. 9:25 and counting here in the quarter left. 3-by-1 look. Trips to the wide side of the field here for the Bucks. Spartans showing one safety high, playing kind of deep back. Looks to be about 20 yards deep.
Agent Zero, Rico rolling out right, throws it, and has a man, stretches out for it, but incomplete. Impressive attempt by number 1 on the Bucks.
That was a really great catch by, at least attempt to catch that by number 1. Ball just looked like it sailed out of bounds, and when he brought it in, he was just out of bounds with it.
Yeah, that's Lonzo Simpson.
Good job,
Zoe,
Lonzo.
as he goes by.
So 4th and long here, it looks like, for the Bucks.
So, you got to come up with something after this amazing field position. The last thing they want to do is come up short when they were gifted pretty much field position that would be given in an overtime setting.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate anytime you're unable to capitalize on a short field, but at the end of the day, kudos to the Spartans defense, able to step up, make a big play, a few big plays to make sure they don't get anything. Looks like they're going to try to attempt a field goal here to try to come away with something with such great field position.
Right, and that's kicker number 81.
That's Thomas Langer.
Thomas Langer. Shouts to that, my mom's maiden name.
Langer?
Yeah, so might be cousins or something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Hold, snap, kick is blocked. And this will be a sloppy chain of events for what was an amazing field position. So great on the Spartans to not, budge an inch.
Yeah.
And to, avoid what could have been a very scary situation. So 8 minutes to go in this half, and we are still scoreless here at Game of the Week.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks now, Spartans defense has been playing very well. Yeah, they come up short in the loss against the Rebels, but overall, the front 7 from the Spartans has played very well, and they're imposing their will here tonight versus this Bucks team. Bucks, they've got to figure out something here on offense. Not able to move the ball very well or consistently for that matter. And the Spartans have had some good plays here and there on this drive. Let's look for the Spartans to finally see if they can get more than 20 or 30 yards down the field here. 3-by-1, trips bunched on the right.
And he rolls out. Key slides his way to extra 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, it was a really good play brought down by number 16 from the Bucks. Great play by him. Good job by Key trying to find something there on the outside just with no room to go there. Possible block there by one of the receivers in the slot. Number 16 able to get in and make a play. Good job.
Jacob Rudder, number 16. You know what name we haven't called tonight, which we called, I felt like, every play last week or 2 weeks ago, was Antonio Smothers.
Antonio.
He has not been smothering up the defense or the offense.
Number 39.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him dressing, so I don't know. But he was a big body 2 weeks ago. As KD throws left, dangerous pass as he almost got called for pass interference, came over the top a little bit, but he was there right when the ball was. So good play on defense and, gutsy pass into double coverage.
Yeah, great job there in on the deflection there by number 3, Rudy Lopez. Good job. So KD so far not looking gun shy, so to speak. He's coming out, he's throwing the football a little wild with his throws. You can tell he's just, trying to make things happen. Hopefully he gets to settle down here and just see if he can work his way up into the pocket and deliver some accurate balls here. He started out hot, but has kind of tapered off since then.
As he looks left, looks right, steps into the pocket, now decides to get out of there, and he's met as a couple flags are thrown. Spartan without his helmet, and chaos. As, I was curious to see KD, a bigger size guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can call his own number and just kind of rumble down the field. I mean, the Bucks defense a little fast, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is his first live action of the season, so sometimes you don't want to just snap the ball and just take off running as a quarterback. He's looking, he's trying to make his read, he's trying to do what the coaches ask him to do, which is all you can really ask for him. As the game develops and goes on, he is capable of making plays with his legs, so I look forward to seeing if he actually chooses to do so later on in the game. But right now, he just wants to make his reads, make his throws, not do anything to get put on the bench. So.
And I'm looking, also Finch has not been used that often tonight, so imagine he might be worked in the second half or
I'm sure he's got to be somewhere in the game plan there. Jonathan Finch, a longtime Spartan, is always big in the game plan of the Spartans, whether it be offensively, playing running back, or defensively at corner. So I'm sure he's in the game plan somewhere tonight. We should see a Finch sighting tonight.
Had a chance to chop it up with him before the game. He's very humble, just saying he's going to vision the field and just get after it. And same with Scotty, man. These guys just all about getting crazy tonight and coming out on top.
Yeah, definitely. Finch, good guy, good man of character. A team guy, always puts the team ahead of his own personal goals. A team goal guy. So joy to be around, enjoy to play with, and a good type of guy that every team needs.
So 4th down now. So another punt by the Spartans, and we're now in this.
He's out there putting the ball.
Yeah, see, there we go. We're now in that field territory where the comfort zone. They get to a certain spot, and it's like everything fails, right? But that's why we still got a whole lot of football. As this ball will go behind the punter, he's got to pick it up.
He's got track speed now, so watch him.
And now he cuts it up.
He's got track speed,
and he breaks the defender, the first one, but then is not able to cut it out. So 22-yard line is where this Bucks will take over. So
it feels like we haven't left this little area.
Right. This is a little pocket. This is the comfort zone, like I was saying. But so now the Bucks have amazing field position again.
Yeah, 6:12 left. The Bucks now get the ball with really good field position and a chance to make something happen. But they were in this situation last drive and were unable to make anything happen with such great field position. So let's see if the Spartans can once again stand up with their backs against the wall and get another stop.
As we get closer to halftime, you talk about with the halftime talks between the coaches and stuff like that. What kind of conversations go on when, it's pretty much you start next half and it's a fresh game. It's literally 0-0. I'm saying nothing was done in the first half, but I guess no impact score-wise. So.
Right. Answer that momentarily here. 2x2 look here for the Bucks. Spartans showing 2 safeties high. Might have man across here for the Spartans.
High snap, handoff, reverse. And that's Zoe. Cuts it back inside.
Great play.
Good play. Most of the yardage was gained in the backfield, but 2nd down now.
Yeah, but in a game like this, 0-0 score, if it stays 0-0 going into halftime, you really lost nothing. But you haven't won anything, with the tie game. So what you're telling your guys is stick to your game plan. Let's make sure we execute better. And these games usually comes down to the team that wants it more. What team wants to finish the game. So you're more preaching energy, you're more preaching effort, and you're more preaching game plan at this point.
4:45 left in the half.
Bucks really like this 3x1 trips look here. They tend to have this trips to the outside. They've been using that inside guy, number 3 receiver, in on a bubble. So let's see if he runs a bubble again.
And the snap is over Rico's head. He picks it up, guns it downfield, and has a man.
He dropped it.
But it's dropped. So impressive attempt by Rico to pick that ball up and throw it downfield, and the ball was there, and receiver got his hands on it, and then unfortunately a Spartans player is also slow to get up. So
it looks like that's a Bucks player that's down.
Oh, from here, yes, that is a Bucks player. So that might be the intended receiver.
Yeah, he might have the wind knocked out of him because the ball hit him right in the chest.
And when he came down, right, that's when it got jarred loose. So I heard Rico throws a heavy ball, man.
Oh, man, Rico, that thing comes at 90-something miles an hour. The football does.
Jeez.
That thing comes on a rope. And he just flung it about, 45 yards downfield on a rope to the receiver in the back of the end zone. So if that doesn't tell you something about the man's arm strength, then I don't know what to tell you.
After like a chaotic, it's not like he had protection and just stood in the pocket comfortably.
He didn't even step up, didn't rotate the hips, nothing, just arm strength, straight down the field.
He didn't even it didn't look like he had the laces. My man just threw it.
Just threw the ball on a rope.
Hot potatoed it.
You might want to go check on his receiver down there, though. Like I said, that ball did hit him right in the chest, and I think he did fall on top of it. Might have a little bit of wind knocked out of him. Let's hope that young man's okay.
We have only the best trainers here at AzCFL Cactus League. Or Cactus League is the AzCFL. But only the best trainers here. But yeah, no, getting the wind knocked out of you, man. it's just that. It's it's a punch to the stomach.
Yeah.
You know, it's like choking, but no one's choking you.
Yeah,
You know.
I had the wind knocked out of me a couple times, and it's almost like time stops for a little
Oh,
second.
yeah.
And then all you're trying to do is just sucking some air, and you can't get any air at all, no matter what you do. It's a very tough situation, scary situation when it first happens. If it's the first time that it ever happens to you, not being able to breathe, scary thing. But let's just hope that that's all it is for that young man, and he's able to get up and continue the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely want him to be able to get to his feet. He's still slow to get up, but I imagine it's just for precautions. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, he'll be catching his breath.
I mean, if you're just tuning
in the next couple of minutes,
we got a 0-0 ball game, 4:28 left until halftime. Really has been a back and forth defensive football game. No team really able to get it going. Both teams playing very well defensively. And then we have a stoppage in time here because we have a player down in the back of the end zone.
So I guess we can remind number 9 is now getting up to his feet. So good to see. I believe that is Azure McMillan of the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I was told he's one of the top receivers too of the team. So
yeah, he's very fast. He, a couple years back made basically a game-winning catch for the Stampede to win a championship about 3 years ago. So he's definitely not shy to making plays and being a performer out here on the football field.
As I believe, he's now being helped to the sideline. So
we got Rico out here playing playing receiver now.
Rico, the decoy.
Mm-hmm.
And now Lonzo is trying to turn the burners on and gets, I'd say, 5 yards shy of the stick. So it's going to bring up a 4th down now.
Yeah, creative play call there, using Booby and another running back there in the backfield to use Booby as a decoy, set Rico out wide, make them think that they're going towards Rico's side, perhaps for like a double pass or something of that sort. And then going opposite with a nice pitch to the running back, I'm able to pick up a few yards. Great play call there by the Bucks.
4th down now, though.
Mm-hmm. Still 4th down at the end of the day. Didn't pick up the first.
Right.
So.
And this territory, this is that cluster, bro. This is like the Twilight Zone. I don't know what you want to call it, but yes, I feel like this has been the field position. But, hey, we're grateful because it's the perfect view for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 5 here for the Bucks. 3:26 and counting here in the second quarter. Let's see if the Spartans can knuckle up and get a stop here. They're showing one safety high. Empty here now for the Bucks.
High snap. Rico cuts it to the left. I'm sorry, that's not Rico. That's Booby.
Yeah, direct snap to Booby.
And regardless of who it was not fooling the Spartans, as it's a turnover on downs. And JR, man, back-to-back times the Bucks have gotten great field position.
I'm not really sure what the offensive coordinator for the Bucks there is thinking. It's 4th and short. Booby's not known to be a throwing threat at all. So you line up in an empty. You line one guy back there in Booby. That play was going to go nowhere from the beginning. It wasn't fooling anybody. There was no misdirection. So unfortunate there for the Bucks, but great job by the Spartans in being able to get, again, another stop here in the half.
So with a little under 3 minutes to go, let's see if the Spartans can get on the scoreboard before half.
2x2 pistol look here.
Keep in mind they do have their new kicker back, so maybe they want to get in field goal range.
Maybe.
Or, obviously they busted loose, but right now we got to see a team get past the other team's 30, right?
Yeah, ball there handed off to Scotty off the left side. He bounces it back to the right for about a 3-yard gain. Again, that's just Scotty again. Nothing less than 3 yards a pop from Scotty, man. Every time he touches the ball, he's going forward, man. I wonder what his stamina is like, because I give that guy the ball about 30 to 40 times a game. he's always going forward. You got a steady run game out of the man.
Is there. He is met by 2 Bucks and bounces it out, but
there I go jinxing him.
a nice red brick wall by the Bucks. So with that,
even being hit in the backfield, he still falls forward. So
we're now at the 2-minute warning, or I think past the 2-minute warning.
We got a minute 45 left. We should be hearing the 2-minute warning whistle here. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so 2-minute warning. here at Game of the Week. Arizona Spartans 0, Desert Bucks 0, J.R. Warner, Jesse Burke. Here for Game of the Week, Week 6. And the season's rolling, man. We were making jokes about the seasons here in Arizona. It's summer, and summer's coming. We're now here in summer, as we're now in shorts and tank tops and 100 degrees.
Yes.
So at night, that is 100 degrees at night. During the day it's like 200 degrees or something, 250.
Gosh, it's so hot in Arizona.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon, bro. And we're from the East Coast, and it's like we've lived out here a long time, and it's just as cartoonish every year.
Every year. You're like, are you kidding me? Last year, I felt like the summer lasted about 6 months, about half the year was summertime last year.
And then the other half is summer's coming.
Yes, yeah. It's almost hot.
Yeah.
Spartans showing a trips bunch look here to the wide side of the field. Single receiver to the short side of the field. I believe that's Martin Weaver down at the bottom.
Well-known Spartan.
Buck showing 2 safeties high, of course, at this point in the game.
Throws it over the middle. Tip drill, and that is caught. Impressive play. I believe that was Will Farmer coming up with the tip. Or no, Will was near the ball carrier, but let's see who it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find a number here for you as well. I was trying to figure out who it may have been.
That it could have been, let's see.
Number 13, it looks like. Trying to see. It's hard with the light bouncing off the jersey here, the angle we have. It's kind of hard to see the numbers here from time to time. But
impressive play by
the slot receiver there.
As KD's got a man behind him. That's Fred Mason creeping up. He throws it.
Yeah, that's going to be a late
and he's got Billy.
Oh,
and Billy is hit from behind by Calvin. And like you said, KD was hit late, so add that on to the end of the play, and the Spartans are in business here with a minute 20 to go in the half.
Yeah, real late hit there by Fred. He saw his chance to get a hit on the quarterback, and he took it. A few guys would have pulled off that hit, but good job there by KD and keeping his eyes downfield, able to make a play to Billy. And now they get an additional 15 yards tacked on top of that for the roughing the passer.
Yeah, and we just like we talked about, you got to beat the other team. You can't beat yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Spartans here showing 2x2. He's showing a 2x2 look here. Buck showing a cover 0 again. Let's see if they're sending people here.
KD looking left, throws left, has a man caught, and he is brought down halfway to the sticks. So
about a minute and counting here now, entering the seconds, and Spartans now in the red zone.
KD feeling himself, man.
KD's playing, man.
Keep digging, KD.
Yeah.
KD. Keep dialing it up.
Keep dialing it up, KD.
Keep doing your thing.
Look at him. First week on, already getting nicknames.
You know what I'm saying?
And all types of stuff.
He's a sniper like KD in the NBA. Everything's going. And with that being said, the ball is bad snap, and the ball is covered up. So a little too much praise, I guess. We spoke too soon.
But overall, KD's not doing a bad job in his first start here, man. He's made some good throws. Yeah, he had the one pick, but other than that, I'd say he's playing a very, very solid football game.
And like I was saying, Cody Barber is getting ready on the sidelines. They are in field goal position, so
Cody.
I'm sorry, Chris Noble. Correction.
Yeah,
Chris Noble, who used to be on the team, was away from the team for a little bit and came back. So, well-known Spartan trying to get his name back.
And it was hard. I mean, with Cody Barber being here, it was hard for any other kicker to get on the roster.
Right. Cody Barber being the former kicker, as mentioned. But yeah, 36 seconds to go, and Spartans are talking it over.
So just seeing a little bit of how KD has played so far, he's been pretty good when he's rolling outside of the pocket. Obviously, he was able to deliver that ball from Billy here. I would look for the Spartans to line up in maybe a trips bunch look again, and maybe have something where KD rolls out to the right, try to find something in the back of the end zone here. Well, they're giving me the trips look. Okay, actually, they're going empty. Trips to the wide side, 2x3 look here.
I wonder how many timeouts the Spartans have left. I think they have one left, I believe, after this.
I believe the Spartans should have one timeout left. So 38 seconds on the clock. Empty formation here for the Spartans. You should get maybe a cover 4 look here from the Bucks.
So KD looking left, looking right, throws over the middle.
It's caught. He drops it.
And Draven dropped it.
KD is slanging the rock. He is playing good football.
And hey, that's what it's all about. You know, you come in with low expectations and you clear the bar, right?
Right.
You come in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna throw for 500. I'm gonna let it fly." You know, you set yourself up for disaster. So right now, KD is, you know, I was trying to think of another KD nickname. I couldn't think of one.
I saw the wheels.
Yeah, it was turned. It was like a chrome wheel, like loading. You know, I'll come up with one second half.
Yeah, so it'll be a 4th down here. I think the Spartans look like they're bringing out their field goal team here. 31 seconds left, 4th down and long. Good decision here by the Spartans to take this field goal. Let's hope that the offensive line can hold up, block down, make sure no one gets between that A-B-C gap area, and they're able to get this ball up in the air.
Yeah, and as I suggested, they were going to get down in field goal position and utilize Chris Noble. So noble decision by the Spartans, and by all means, let's see if they can get the first score of the night.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Some confusion as there's way more than 12 players on the field. 11 and more than 11, clearly.
And they're calling for more. They want more guys out there.
Right.
Well, I guess you got a couple guys standing around with their helmets off. They're about to work their way out the field. I think Aaron's trying to figure out exactly what's going on, where the ball's being spotted. Seems to be talking to the sideline referee here, trying to figure out what's going on.
As there's a lot of congestion on the line, but as we're underway, ready for the kick.
Billy Sewing, the holder here. 31.9 seconds left here. This will be for a 3-point lead for the Spartans.
Snap, hold, kick is way low.
This can be returned.
And this can be returned, but they called it dead because I believe it hit the end zone.
Yeah,
it bounced in the end zone. So with that being said, field goal attempt, no good. And not the way Chris wanted to get back into his kicking ways, but a whole nother half left in this game as the score remains 0-0 across the board.
Yeah, you know, an unfortunate events there for the Spartans, and that was a really good drive by them, and unfortunate they're not able to come away with points there. But again, Bucks defense comes up with a stop. At the end of the day, you got to give credit where credit's due. Bucks get a stop. They don't allow any points now. Going into halftime, 0-0 ball game. That now they can go into halftime after taking a knee here and have a conversation about what to do the second half. Get some points on.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you as I was saying, the conversations, what are they like when they're scoreless? It's still scoreless, so what are the conversations going to be like in halftime?
Conversations are like, this is grown man football out here. Anytime you got a defensive battle, 0-0 ball game, 3-3, whatever the case may be, low scoring ball game, you want to stay the course. You want to make sure that you guys don't make any big mistakes. You're emphasizing on ball security. But at the end of the day, you're talking to your offense. You're like, we need to play out of you. Our defense is playing great. They're not letting up anything. We need one of you guys to step up and make a play. We got to execute. And that is what both sides are speaking of, as a matter of fact, right now. Defenses are playing well. Offense, it's time to step up and make plays.
Yeah, and with that being said, we have reached halftime here at the AzCFL Game of the Week, Week 6. Arizona Spartans, 0. Desert Bucks, also 0. Remind you guys, we had a full slate of football today. The Reapers took care of the Scorpions 55-6. The Tucson Thunder took care of the Roll Tide 26-9. The Demons beat the Tigers 14-7. The Headhunters took care of the Titans 22-0. And the Phantoms are back in their winning ways with a win over the Hawks 21-0. And the Silverbacks, don't call it a comeback. They've been here a year, and they are undefeated. 6-0.
Never lost. Silverbacks. They're getting it done.
The Silverbacks playing gold-plated, if you will. So with that being said, man, what do you think the teams have to do? I mean, and we talked about the conversations, but put your coach hat on for a second. And, are you scratching off half the playlist? Are you adding to it? Or are you kind of just rerunning it because nobody scored.
As a coach, I can only speak for myself. I'm a person that I study film. I believe in my game plans, and I get back to the drawing board, get back to the game plan, really talk about what we wanted to do coming into this game, pointing out where we're trying to emphasize. If I'm the Spartans, I'm talking a little bit to my offensive line. We haven't been able to get anything up the middle. In order to be successful today, we've got to be able to get 3 to 4 up the middle and be able to gash them to the outside in the run game. We want to be able to help KD out. And right now, they're not able to get the big run play, so to speak. So that's what I'm talking to my offense about if I'm the Spartans. If I am the Bucks, we've got to get something going. Now, if I'm the Bucks, I'm also taking a little bit of self-accountability, a little bit of questionable play call there down the stretch of that game, in my opinion. But you look your guys in the face, you say, listen, we're right in this ball game. We've been in every game this season. Let's choose now to turn the curve. So you're really having a rah-rah speech with your Bucks guys, like, hey, we got to rally, we got to make this happen, and then you hope that you guys respond, come out, execute the second half, and get it done.
Definitely. I mean, we've seen here in these games of the week that they're not over till it's over, and we've seen miracles happen in the late minutes of a game, and we've seen teams wake up and remind us why they're their team, right? Their identity. So the Spartans, the Bucks, they're definitely going to be coming into the second half wanting to turn up the emotions, turn up the excitement, and then obviously put some points on the board.
And one thing that neither one of these teams have is a shortage of leaders and veterans. There's veterans on both sides of the sideline. If the coaches aren't going to be able to get through to them, you best believe that some of their veterans, their peers, will be able to get through to them, have a tough conversation, and look forward to an action-packed, hard-hitting football game in the second half.
And with that being said, we will return with 5 minutes to go until the second half. But for now, we will take a quick halftime break, and we will let you guys grab some snacks and catch up for the second half. We will be back for Game of the Week. And welcome back to AzCFL Game of the Week, Cortez High School, for this Week 6 matchup between the Arizona Spartans and the Arizona Desert Bucks. Jesse Burke alongside J.R. Warner. As we mentioned before halftime, we are scoreless here at tonight's event. So, J.R., what do you think needs to happen to change that here in the second half?
Not so much what I think, but I'll tell you a little bit about what the coaches believe.
Okay, what'd you grab?
Got a chance to speak with Aaron, the offensive coordinator here for the Spartans. And for lack of a better way to put it, he just believes everything's self-inflicted. Everything that's gone negative for them is self-inflicted. The penalties, the fumbles, things like that. He honestly just believes all his guys need to do is settle down, play football, and everything else will fall into place. He really believes that once they start playing ball, the Bucks can't hold their water, so to speak. He praised KD. KD's having a great game. He just says he needs the guys around him to now pick it up. Offensive line continue to block for him, continue to do well. But now the receivers have got to make plays, make catches, turn a catch into a big play for this kid as he's coming out here in his first start, executing and doing a very good job. As far as the Bucks go, believe it or not, they believe that they are playing very well. They believe that they're in the game. They believe that they can start to exploit this Spartan secondary a little bit. A lot of the preaching was to Rico about just letting the ball go. Get the ball out of your hands. Get the ball downfield. Give your receivers a chance to make plays against these DBs. So second half matchup, we're looking to see if the Spartans DBs hold up against these wide receivers and if Rico can get the ball out with this fast front seven that's been getting after him all day.
Definitely. So we're in store for a second half of action. Definitely both teams itching to get on the board and then also, kind of grow comfortable in that uncomfortable zone that we see, around the 30, 35-yard line area that tends to be a little bit of the danger zone for both teams.
Right. I mean, they keep getting caught in the same area all game long. But at the end of the day, as long as there's still time on the clock, there's still time to make things happen. And both these teams are very well coached. I look for the adjustments to come to fruition here the second half, and let's see what both these teams put together.
So with that being said, both teams are at their sidelines ready to get underway this second half of the game of the week. And, players' emotions are high. We saw some, I don't want to say some scuffles, but some jitters and some emotions being moved back and forth on the first half. Looking to get that translated into some touchdowns or field goals or some action. So here we are, underway, second half, and I believe the Bucks will receive the ball for the second half.
Yeah. Bucks get the ball to start the second half. I tried to talk to a little bit to Coach Willie a little bit about that play call by Booby there on 4th and 5.
What do you say?
They just said look forward to that formation, not maybe this game, but a little bit later on down the road.
Okay.
It's something that they want to work on. They believe they can make that formation work, that empty set with Booby. So, like I said, in hindsight, they are aware that it was probably a bad call.
Okay.
But they believe that they got something there with that particular formation. So we'll see if they come out and do it again here, which I doubt. But later on down the road in the season, we might see it again and possibly go for a big play.
Okay, so it's kind of like when a restaurant rolls out a new menu item and nobody's really messing with it. They're like, all right, we tried the quesadillas. We'll try them again next week.
Yes. So. Hopefully they'll come up with a really good dip for the quesadilla.
For now they got to stick to their bread and butter, which is the original play calling and what they're used to.
Yeah, so look for a heavy dose of Booby here to start the second half by the Bucks. Try to get the run established. And focus point here for the viewers, man, really look to see if this offensive line for the Bucks can solidify themselves in the trenches here against this stout, fast, powerful front seven here by the Spartans.
So, the kick is set to be underway. And beautiful night here at Cortez High School. And the kick is underway, and the second half is upon us, as this will trickle into the end zone for a touchback, where the Bucks will set up shop, I believe, on the 25.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes no play is a good play, so we'll see what happens here as they start with the ball here on their own 25, see if they can make something happen here in the run game.
I want to thank those that are tuned in to Facebook Live, Arizona Cactus Media X Live page as well. Goal of the brand is to expand the reach and the stage for these people putting their blood, sweat, and tears on the line. So thanks to everybody that makes this league possible.
Yeah, that kick will come back. It looks like one of the Spartans may have got a little antsy and crossed the line before the ball was gone. So they'll lose a couple yards here and get a re-kick.
So, yeah, another chance for Chris Noble to show off his leg.
Yeah, he's got a good boot on him, man. He can kick the ball the length of the field. So for a lot of kickers, I'd probably say they probably couldn't get it to the end zone. But I believe Chris can get it, if not down to the 5 or so, really close to that end zone. So we'll see how far he can boot it on this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can see it trickling into the end zone, no problem.
Right.
So now this time a line drive kick will be returned by number 10. And he runs it up the middle, gets brought down right at midfield. Or I'm sorry, right at the 45. So good return.
Jalen Ramsey there.
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, we got a player down right there on the opening kickoff, man. That's unfortunate. A couple players tending to him, checking on him, making sure he's okay, talking to him a bit. Looks like that's number 44.
Who's the bigger presence?
Yeah, Dominic Brooks, the middle linebacker's down right now.
One of their better-known players. So hate to see that. Injury is something that we try to avoid in any walks of life, especially football, as it's definitely a physical sport. But, yeah, he's slow to get up, and coaches are going to tend to him on both sides.
Yeah, I don't really see him moving much. Finally, they roll him a little bit over onto his back here, and the trainer's assessing him, making sure he's okay.
Sign of respect. Some players take a knee for the injured player to find out kind of what is happening. See that at both ends. Love to see the respect amongst the players.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. At the end of the day, we all understand that once this game is over, we go back to our regular lives, right? We go back to your wife, your kids, your family, your job, your 9 to 5 from Monday through Friday. So, yeah, you come out here on Saturdays and you lay it all out on the line. You put your body down on the line, but everyone's got that mutual respect that we're doing it out of the love for the game. You hate to see anyone get hurt for that matter.
Yeah. So hopefully he's doing better. I mean, right now he's still on the ground. But yeah, I mean, something about football being, very competitive, and every play there's contact, right? Even if you're not getting the ball. So It's about having your head on your shoulders and, playing smart and safe. But then, in life you can only control what you can control, and you can't control the other 10 people on the field, right?
Right. It's life in general is about controlling the controllables. Depending on your beliefs, you put the rest in someone else's hands. So
right.
Personally, I just hope that this young man is okay. Hope he gets up and or not so much, cares so much if he's able to continue, but I just hope that he gets up and he's all right.
Right.
Several players here for the Bucs standing around waiting to kind of see what the verdict here is. Some Spartan players here are gathered trying to see if, a fellow football brother, separate teams, but at the end of the day, we're all football brothers, is okay. And he seems to be responding to the trainer here, grabbing his hand, and probably shortly here we might have a guy trying to get up.
As try and lighten it up a little bit. What your playing days? Did you have any injuries or?
Oh yeah, man, all the time. I've popped my shoulder out of place during the game, which it was popped back in, and I kept playing, which probably wasn't smart.
That's.
And
with that, I believe he's being helped up now.
Yeah,
not to cut you off, but I believe he's up to. Yeah, he's being helped off. So, crowd claps it up for him, and great to see. He's back on his own feet, not by himself, but he's being helped, and he will be tended to on the sidelines. So,
From a football standpoint, though, that's a big loss here for the Bucs now. That's your starting middle backer. He's been, one of the captains, one of the voices of this defense that's been playing well today. So I'm not sure who they got lined up next, but whoever's got to come in and fill those shoes now that starting backer's gone. He's got some tough shoes to fill, and I hope he can come in and do a solid job here for the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the emotion levels here at, in football too. Now they have a fallen soldier. They want to, fight for their guy, and and let's see if this kind of turns up a little bit of an emotion for the Bucks. So
and it will. I mean, a lot of times the situation you're yelling, don't let this guy get hurt in vain. Don't let his injury go to waste. Let's finish this game for him. So let's see if the Bucks can rally behind that and make something happen. Let's see if the Spartans can settle down and make some plays.
Especially when in a game where it's something between as Rico is met in the backfield and he is not going to be avoid the defenders. But yeah, I mean,
send the house there and play cover 0 behind it.
Right, cover 0, tackled number 0.
Yeah.
And second down now. But yeah, no, I was saying is, you hate. I was talking to Ian Robinson on the Rebels. He was my guest for Intel this week, and he was talking about he has a lingering injury. It never is the big play that these guys get hurt on. It's the 3-yard out, the little incomplete passes. It's always something minuscule that ends up to be a big injury. So every play is every chance to be head on a swivel and play to your safest.
Yeah. I mean, as football players, we all understand the risk involved. You know what I mean? We know what can happen in any given play, which is why you give it all every play. That way you have no regrets when it's all said and done.
That's fair.
So, 2-by-1 pro look here for the Bucks. Inside zone handoff goes nowhere. Big stop for the Spartans.
Yeah. Spartans back-to-back, good defensive line presence to stop quarterback, and then running back. That was number 5 on the Bucks.
They got the handoff there, but in on the play is big number 91, Shaquille Cunningham, doing a great job of shitting his block and making a play in the backfield there. Great job. Got 13-10 and counting here in the third quarter.
Third and long for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona Cactus Football League Game of the Week. J.R. Warner alongside Jesse Burke. And the season's rolling, man. It's, I just topped off episode 10 of Intel.
Nice.
And, now we're week 6, so, we're just rolling, man. We're working, we're moving, and it's flowing. So.
Yeah, exciting times to be a part of the football world here in Arizona, man. Great things happening for everybody involved in the semi-pro scene.
Yeah. As Rico now steps into the pocket, throws it, and incomplete pass at the receiver's feet. I don't know if that just kind of slipped out of Rico's hands or he overthrew it, but 4th down now, so
I like what the Spartans did. The Spartans came out here opening and started out with a cover 0, sent the house basically and ran cover 0 behind it. And then after that kind of mixed up their blitz looks, and then when they got a long situation, 3rd or long, 4th or long, sat back, played coverage and tried to make Rico make a play underneath. So right now, great job by the Spartans of coming out, doing something that they really don't do. They're not really a heavy blitzing team. Every once in a while they'll send pressure. So it was different to see them come out, show a cover 0 look and get after it like that. Ended up being a really good coaching call, forcing a long down situation here. Now they're in 4th and long, and they get a chance to give Billy a chance to return one to give the Spartans a short field.
So Billy back there again loose. He wants one. He feels comfortable in the end zone. He calls that his home. And, the Bucks, the Spartans trying to get something. Both teams trying to get something going here. But early in the second half and plenty of football left.
It could always happen in special teams. Special teams so dangerous.
As somebody jumped as there's a flag thrown. And Billy is brought down by his dreads, which is part of the uniform.
You got a flag out there, though.
Which... We'll see what the flag. There's 2 flags.
2 flags, yeah. One at the line of scrimmage and one where the returner Billy caught the ball.
Yeah, he was tackled by his dreads, which is part of the uniform, but maybe could have been.
Might have got inside the shoulder pads.
Yeah, or maybe face mask. Nah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from where we're at, but we'll see what they call here momentarily.
So both flags now.
Billy having a little fun with it, showing a little bit of guitar and pointing for the first down.
And that's been his signature. I've seen him do that a couple times tonight. So I don't know if he's a guitar player, a rock star,
That's just his thing for the night. Next week will be a new celebration.
Yeah. I need someone to bust out the Victor Cruz salsa.
Oh, nobody wants to do anything Giants related.
He played for other teams for like a week.
Poor Victor.
But yeah, so now.
Oh, this play looks like it's going against the Bucks.
Okay. Yeah.
So both coaches
both flags,
talked about penalties at halftime and how they keep shooting themselves in the foot. So I'm sure the Bucks coaching staff isn't very happy about that penalty now giving the Spartans a short field. Oh, actually,
some more confusion as
Yeah.
both teams like to put both sides
they're
of the ball on the
actually
field.
it was a penalty on each team, so they're going to replay, so they're going to re-kick it.
Wow. So a mulligan if you're a golf
Yeah.
fan.
So that one didn't count. Penalties on each side, and we'll try this again.
Cancel out. Offset, as it
Actually, they're moving the Bucks back more, so the Spartans may have elected to take a penalty that was inflicted on the Bucks. Now the Bucks have to kick from deeper in their own side of the field, which very unfortunate because now you got Billy's going to be able to, if he catches this, he'll catch it somewhere around the 45, and then he's in opponent's territory after that. So unfortunate penalty there by the Bucks, but let's see if the Spartans can capitalize.
All right, snap. Good kick. It's going to go, and Billy's going to signal for a fair catch. So didn't like what he saw there, and
He might have had some room there. If he could have that one back, he just might take that one.
well, that's why we have film. I'm sure he'll be watching that play. But with that being said, good field position regardless. Though,
Yeah,
around
definitely
the
a good spot.
35-yard line.
Definitely a good spot for the Spartans to get their drive going here. Let's see what they can do. 11-16 left here in the third quarter. Not really much on the offensive end for the Spartans. KD has been solid. Take away the one pick, he's been pretty sensational, I guess, so to speak. He's completed some passes downfield. I'd say he's take away the pick, maybe 3 other incompletions, about 7 or 8 completions on the night. So,
And I would, hey, I feel like you have a little bit of margin of error coming in your first ever start. 1 pick and a half, that's pretty good. As a handoff now, I believe that's Scotty. And he is leveled upon the second hit. So, yeah, good run by Scotty. Good stop. Second down now.
yeah, that'll bring up about 2nd and 6 here for the Spartans. Scotty did a great job of fighting a little crease in there to get up the hole, try to bounce it to the outside, but great play by the outside linebacker and bringing him down, not letting him get anything more than the 4 yards he got.
So, as the third quarter is continuing to flow here, man, scoreless game, but a lot of you're a defense ahead. You live for these type of nights.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive struggles
I'm
are
having a great evening.
can barely contain himself. He's dancing back here, guys. You guys gotta see him. As KD throws it, Billy had to reach for it, and he is met by Calvin.
It's Calvin in there making a big hit on Billy.
Number 20, man. That's a powerful number.
Calvin got a little bit of history here with the Spartans too, as in he was going to play for the Spartans last year. Was gearing up to start the season, and last minute made a decision to switch teams. Actually ended up playing for the Owls last year, and then Spartans played the Owls. That game went in Spartans' way in a big manner. So now he's got a chance to play on this Bucks loaded defense and see what he can bring to the table and trying to help take down this football team. So he's out there playing with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, as a lot of these guys are tonight. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. 3rd and 6.
As KD drops the ball, and this is dangerous, as I believe a Bucks defender was on top of it. So when KD fumbled the snap, it kind of bounced off his stomach and went actually 2 yards away from him, and that forward, and that is what let the defenders get on top of it. So turn of events, unfortunate turnover for KD. And just bad exchange between the center and quarterback. Now the Bucks are in business on the 36-yard line. I'm sorry, 37-yard line of the Spartans.
Yeah, and if I'm KD, man, I'm grabbing my center and I'm going to the sideline and I'm going to let him snap me the ball about 40 times or until we have to go back out on the field as an offense. There's just been way too many miscues tonight, whether the ball going over his head, being snapped short, KD himself fumbling the ball, muffing the ball. They gotta fix that, or else this isn't gonna go their way tonight. So I'd get my center over there, have some snaps being taken, at least until we get back on the field again.
So now a hand up the middle, and that's Booby.
Good run.
Letting Booby spin. If you want to win, put Booby in. Friday Night Lights. First down. and the Bucks are in business. So
run there by Booby, and also, good tackle to make sure he doesn't get more than the 12 to 15 that he got by Michael Romero. So Booby, as expected, as advertised, having a pretty solid game here, able to move the chains and run hard downfield. 2x2 look here. Motion, short motion.
A little bit of a high snap, handed off to Booby. He cuts it outside to the left, and he's brought down by the ankle. Good stop. And
a lot of Spartans in on that play. Rowe went on that play, number 20, and number 93 Upshaw again in on that play.
Have we called
Reggie?
Yeah,
Reggie just now in
on
that play.
Boom,
so,
there's Reggie.
I'm looking forward for a big half from Reggie here in the second half. I assume that his number will be seen all over the field here, and trying to help his boys capture this win. So you haven't said his name much, haven't heard his name much tonight, but third, fourth quarter, that's definitely going to change. Another 2x2 look here again for the Bucks. Spartans showing 2 safeties high.
Rico throws it right. This may be overthrown. And that's a dangerous, I don't know. That's iffy. That was a little overthrown, but a lot of contact in the end zone. Cornerback got away with a lot of, physicality there, but I think what helped him out was that ball was uncatchable.
I'm biased, man. I'm a DB. He didn't do nothing wrong. Good effort there by Alonzo in trying to, but, great job by the DB. I'm always going to show DBs love when they make a play. Great job by the DB in being physical. They're both fighting for the football. All fair in love and football, so nothing happened there.
Tie goes to the runner, and you determine who the runner is, right?
Exactly. I'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bucks and keep playing football. But yeah, great job there. Another cover 0 look or man-to-man look for the Spartans, and their secondary holding up in the man-to-man look. Rico giving his guy to make his guy a chance to make a play in space, and the defender coming up big with the stop.
So
3-by-1 here for the Bucks. 6:48 and counting here in the third quarter.
The Bucks can get another first down without having to get in the end zone. So 3rd and sticks here, as throws left and shy of the sticks. So that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and about 3 here.
Good catch by number 12 of the Bucks. That is number 12, Joey Buckley.
Yeah, that's a good job. In the secondary, too, by the corner on the play. I believe that's number 32, Rico. So good job in coming down, wrapping up before the sticks. It's actually going to bring up 4th and 4. So a little bit more than I thought. I thought he picked up 7 on the play, but it looks like he only picked up 6. So Bucks with 4th and 4. Spartans in a situation here where they can get a stop and end this drive right now with 5:50 and counting in the third quarter. So big chance here for the Spartans to get a stop, but big play here for the Bucks to keep it moving.
And we actually have the field goal unit out.
They are going to go for the field goal.
So we saw him warming up at halftime. Azure McMillan is the holder, and I believe the kicker is number...
Wes Langer.
Wes Langer?
No, that's Langer. Thomas
Langer, right.
They got the last one blocked. Let's see if they block down and hold up here.
As a bad snap, McMillan's got to pick it up, and now he's going to look to throw it, and it's intercepted. And it's going to be intercepted and out of bounds. So unique as, if that fell incomplete, it would be turnover anyway. So that interception pretty much granted them the field position they would have had.
Yeah.
So, but hey, pad your stats, young man.
Get your stats.
Interception, good turnover by the Spartans, and now this great, another squandered field position by the Bucks.
Yeah, and it's the story of the night really for both teams, that no one's really able to capitalize. No one's really able to be consistent offensively. For the Spartans, self-inflicted, shooting yourselves in the foot. For the Bucks, just not being able to crack the code. They've had a couple big run plays here and there, but they're just not able to sustain drives. So, and that's been the Bucks' Achilles heel now since the seasons began. So, not being able to sustain drives, not being consistent on the offensive end. But as you see, their defense is second to none.
Handoff up the middle. He's brought down halfway to the sticks. 2nd down now. So, man, even though they got an interception, the Spartans are getting an earful by their coaches.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you gotta, the hard thing in semi-pro football is dealing with that, coaching adults. You know,
right.
These guys have been around football a long time. They may disagree with coaches from time to time on philosophies, coaching, and maybe even game plan as well. But at the end of the day, when you sign up to play, you play. And part of being a player is listening to the coaches and following the game plan. So
right.
Whatever's going on, they'll figure it out and come to a mutual agreement and then make it happen.
You know, that's one thing I hear is you'll never stop being coached.
No, yeah, never.
Mm-hmm.
Even coaches, man. Coaches get coached all the time. That's why we go to clinics and we try to learn. You know, coaches never stop learning, and as players, we should always make sure that we're always trying to be students of the game.
Right, because, you know, it's much easier to learn things than act like you know everything, right? If you come out acting like you know everything, how do you learn?
Yeah, you don't learn.
Right.
You're too busy telling people I know. No one likes the I know guy.
Yeah,
No one likes that. One safety high look here for the Bucks. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for the Spartans. Ball's handed off to Key Harris. He has some room here on the outside.
And now he's got a lane, and he throws his shoulder down to number 24. Good hit.
Jeez, number 24 just took a shot. Who was that? Number 24. That's TJ Downs. Just trying to go low here at Key Harris. And
he was brought down by his shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a battle of men, and the defensive player this time lost. So,
right.
But good effort by TJ and coming downhill. Definitely not a guy who's afraid of contact. Also, in my opinion, an underrated safety in this league. Is really good, really fast, has a good IQ for the game. And right then, at the end of the day, he brought them the ball carrier. That's his job.
Right, definitely. Not everything has to have style points to it.
Right. 4:20 on the clock here with a timeout here. So, Spartans now look like they got something kind of brewing here a little bit now.
Right. Some emotions going. They got some momentum.
Yeah, got a little bit of momentum going. Energy is kind of picking up a little bit on the sideline a little bit, while on the opposite end, it's not so much, you know. So we'll see if the Spartans can capitalize off of this momentum. It's one of those things where, like, you know, it's no secret the Bucks haven't had the season that they want. They've been losing. So a score here could be hurtful to the Bucks, knowing that their offense hasn't been producing very well all season. So if I'm the Spartans, I'm trying to go ahead and make sure I get in the end zone here.
And, you know, also another thing to notice is that, you know, the Bucks are a little bit deflated with their captain on the sideline, you know, so imagine that's kind of sitting in on their, their mental.
Look, we got Bugatti in at quarterback. Big Scotty. Is that Scotty?
Yep, Scotty Bugatti. Hutchinson. Hutch trying to come up clutch.
Yeah, in that quarterback, seeing if he can make
and that's something
happen.
You said earlier in the cast. You were saying that, you know, he has quarterback experience,
yes.
So don't be too surprised if we see number 5 line up at QB.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. He did a great job a few years back playing quarterback when he first came to semi-pro in Arizona, and did a great job being able to move the ball, move the chains with his feet, and as well as make throws downfield. So I'm curious to see what he's able to bring to the table here.
There's a fake handoff now runs it up the middle and breaks the tackle. Big boy Scotty earning his yards.
What a run by Scotty there. Just move them all out the way, man. When the tractor trailer's coming through, just step to the side because he's coming through there just like an 18-wheeler with a head full of steam, man. Good job by Scotty. Way to move the chains. And like I said, this is something that I was looking forward to seeing today. Like, yeah, KD's come out and he's played well, but we know Scotty's a really good player.
With that, throw to Draven is complete, and he sheds the first tackler and tries to spin out the second one.
Yeah, Scotty's, he's a player. He's an athlete. He's a performer. So anytime you can get the ball in a guy like that's hands, you want to make sure that, you do that. So KD had a good run here the first part of this game. Definitely, in my opinion, had a really solid game. And it's not too far-fetched that we may see him again, but for now, Big Scotty's got the keys to the limousine, so to speak.
Yeah, and then Scotty's got a running back named Keys. So he's got keys to the ignition, he's got keys to the running back, and hopefully the key to tonight's success. But right now, still 0-0 defensive shootout here, game of the week, as we're in the wee hours of the third quarter.
Yes, the wee hours of the third quarter. I like that. Attaboy,
You
Jesse. 2-by-2 look here for the Spartans. Bucks showing that cover 0 look. Let's see if they bail out of it.
As fake handoff looks like an option, but now Scotty calls it himself.
He may have had the pitch there, but I see number 2, Carl Evans, on the pitch man, Billy. But I think he may have had to pitch early if he didn't hesitate. But good job, nonetheless, being able to pick up a couple yards there by Scotty. So as you can see, with Scotty in the backfield now, the dynamic of this offense has kind of changed a bit. Having that true dual-threat quarterback, you got to make adjustments now if you're the Bucs, right? They haven't seen this all game. They haven't prepared for it. Scotty's a little bit different of a load to bring down than Trey is.
And
Scotty takes a shot.
That being said, he has a player who pushed off a little bit, but let's see what they call, as there was flags down before the play. You said he dropped it?
He caught it.
Oh, he caught it.
Yeah, it was a great play.
Before I even had a chance to ask, I was going to say, what is Scotty's arm looking like, beyond 10 yards? And that just answered the question for me.
Scotty can throw the football, for sure. He can throw the football, and that shows it right there. Big pitch and catch downfield. I believe that's LaRue Burley that just caught that ball there, if I'm not mistaken.
Right around the 2 or 3 yard line. So
sorry if I'm incorrect.
Spartans are in business.
Can't see the number here. It's a little blurry, but yeah, I believe that was LaRue Burley just made a good play out there.
So 2 minutes, 27 seconds left in the third, and the Spartans are knocking on the door.
Yeah, we got another 2x2 look here for the Spartans here on the goal line. Pistol, key in a pistol set. Handoff off the right side.
Now hand up off the middle, and he may be in.
He's in.
And he is.
Great
and
job.
we have our first score of the night. Touchdown, Spartans. 6 late in this third.
That's a great drive by the Spartans. Great job by Scotty using his feet, then his arm to be able to make plays for this team. And it was almost like a shoo-in. When we saw him back there, we almost knew something positive would happen for this football team. Every time Scotty has the ball, something positive happens for the Spartans. So good job. Great move by the coaching staff and getting him in the game. Good job by Scotty in making plays. And as you can see, he's hype on the sideline, going absolutely crazy. Of course, in a game like this, one score can be the difference between winning and losing. So great job by Scotty. Good job to the Spartans.
He's congratulated by quarterback Trey Grant, who is here to support his team as he found out his hand is actually broken.
Oh, wow.
So he was playing 2 games with a broken hand. So all guts and glory to Trey because, if my temperature's off by a little bit, I don't leave the house. So he's playing football with a broken hand.
What's
Shouts
crazy
to him.
to think about is that he had a diving into the end zone touchdown last game in the game of the week. And if you think about that, he dove with a broken hand and reached out to the pylon to score. Oh my! That had to hurt.
It did. I couldn't imagine. So even seeing him at the game, he dapped me up. I was like, "Can I do this? Like, should I be shaking this hand? I don't want to I don't want to mess up the money. You know?"
Yeah, nobody wants to do that. But Trey. Trey's a tough kid. We spoke a lot about his toughness before we realized that he was playing with a broken hand. So. It just goes to speak about exactly how tough that kid truly is. Speedy recovery to him. Hope he's able to get back on the field here soon.
So
we got 2:10 here left in the third quarter.
And the extra point was good from the Spartans. So it's 7-0 here as we are closing out the third quarter, getting close, the 2-minute drill of the third quarter. So some good breathing room by the Spartans. This is going to add to their momentum and, obviously some separation as they needed that. As this will be returned by Lonzo. And he is dropped around the 25. So the Spartans are flying to the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And they're riding the emotions off of that score. So
this is real dangerous territory here for the Bucs now. You got a team. The offense is now starting to click now with Scotty here at the helm. They just put up a score. You got a defense that's foaming at the bits because they know they've gotten stops all day long. They want to get another 3-and-out here to put their offense back on the board, back on the field. So Bucs got to get some first downs here. Got to move the field. Got to change field position. And of course, best case scenario, got to come away with some points. So let's see what the Bucs get done here with 2:02 left here in the third quarter. First and long.
So the pressure has been on all game for the Bucs, but now the pressure is even on more because of this game. So let's see how they
got to get it done here. Spartans showing a 40 front, 2 safety high look, looking like a cover 2 perhaps.
As the ball's on the picked up, and I think Booby's got room to run, so I couldn't tell if that hit the ground. He picked it up, or
it looks like it was muffed, and he picked it up and took off running. So good job, way to improvise there by Booby, way to find the hole after and things don't go unexpected and still make a play.
Yeah, it turned nothing into something.
No, yeah.
And,
So Bucks with a big first down here, so they move the chains. Very first play of the drive. Give you a 2-by-2 set here, spread look. Spartans again showing a 43 defense with 2 safeties high.
Handoff again, and he's brought down a couple yards shy of another first down. So, hey, they're only down 1 score, so we're not seeing panic mode. There's a whole another quarter left. So, shouts to the Bucks for keeping their composure, but they're slowly grinding it down the field.
Definitely, there's no reason to panic, no reason to be discouraged, so to speak. You just got to come out here, play football, and execute. Still a ton of time in this game. You got a whole quarter to play, plus 53 seconds and counting. You still got a lot of time. So continue to run the football, continue to take what the defense gives you, and then at the end of the day, take your shots when you get them.
Second down now. Another handoff to Booby, and he might be right where he needs to be for a first down as they're giving it to him, not even measuring it. They got it. So first down, and the Bucks are heading into the fourth quarter with some good momentum and, moving the sticks.
And on the play there for the Spartans, bringing with the tackle is number 11, Reggie. So, he's starting to pick up the steam a little bit now with 2 plays here. Unfortunately, that one did go for a first down, but fourth quarter approaching here. We've got about 10 seconds before the fourth quarter buzzer to see if the Bucks choose to wait or get a playoff. 2-by-2 here for the Bucks. 5 seconds and counting on the clock. They motion to a trips look.
And
Rico
bobbles the snap, has to pick it up, throws it over the middle, and looks like it hit the ground.
Ball may have hit the ground.
And the ref is waving it off as it hit the ground. So incomplete pass as we have arrived here at the fourth quarter of AzCFL Game of the Week. Arizona Spartans 7, the Desert Bucks 0. Again, we had a full slate of football. Some teams continuing their winning ways. Some teams continuing to not find an answer. Reapers, Thunder, Demon, Headhunters, Phantoms, and Silverbacks all in the winning column today. Scorpions, Roll Tide, Tigers, Titans, Hawks, and Owls will be licking their wounds going into next week.
Really curious to see how the Roll Tide finish this season. Kind of a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. You don't really know what you're going to get week in and week out with them.
Their last win was off of a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So it's like against these very Bucks. So it's like they may have been outplayed the whole game until the last minute, or last play, if you will.
Yeah, it's crazy because on paper, when you look at that football team, they are talented.
They got the biggest, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yes.
On paper.
Yes.
Then they have the 3-headed monster in the receivers.
Yes.
They have the Cheyenne Salam running back. They have
a good team.
Yeah, they have a good squad, man.
It's just the offensive line.
Right.
If you look at them, you're like, wow, these guys are huge, but
they're on skates.
They're on skates a lot of the game. So, look forward to seeing how the Roll Tide, or if, for that matter, the Roll Tide finish the season strong and how they try to put things together all at the end. See if they can be one of those teams here in the second half.
You saw the playoff brackets are being hypothetically made, and some teams are on the outside in, inside out. Depends. And now you're in that territory of just win. Winning solves everything.
I was really shocked to see on the original projection the Reapers.
Yeah.
The Reapers are in, and the Headhunters. I was like, okay, let's see you guys, man. That's pretty.
They won 4 in a row, so very impressive. The Reapers.
They're getting it done. They are getting it done. 2-by-2 look here for the Bucks. 2nd down and 10. Motioning to a trips look here.
As Rico airs it out and is overthrown. Had Lonzo, good ball, but just overthrown. 2 defenders there.
Great coverage over top by Michael Romero. Step for step there, as well as the corner as well. Great play.
I was giving shouts to Michael Romero on his cleats. Got some cool salmon soles, if you will. Nice drip.
Yeah, Cameron Scroggins in on the play there, along with Michael Romero. Both of those guys, two veterans, been around a very long time playing semi-pro football. Both of them on the same side of the field. Got to be kind of a bit of a IQ cheat code because, there's a lot of knowledge between both of those two players, a lot of years of football under their belt. I'm sure they can almost predict what's coming before it comes a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just a matter of if, at their age, I can say this because I know them personally, at their age, they can still make the play or not. But, obviously they're step for step.
Hey, man, unless they're 43 like Tom Brady, they're young.
Tom Brady's still young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He's I don't know. Rico backpedals, throws it, guns it to number 12, and he's brought down. Man, I could feel the wind of Rico's passes from here, man. He lets that thing sail.
Rico lets that thing rip, man. Like I said, that his arm is literally like a cannon. But, great catch there by number 12, Joey Buckley, and also great tackle by Davion May overplaying corner there for the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, I know sometimes it's like there's like receivers with the gloves. Some people say, the stickums, they get hate for it. But it's like some quarterbacks, you need gloves or else your hands, you can't use your hands ever again.
Oh, yeah. You imagine catching that ball from Rico, your hands probably look like prunes when it's all done.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
They ran the same motion.
Handoff to Booby. Ineffective. Spartans are there.
Yeah, they're going to be short. Yeah, they're going to be short of the first down here. It's going to be Spartans' ball now.
Are the linemen allowed to pull the runner here in the CFL?
To pull him forward?
Yeah.
I mean, we could push him forward.
Because I know in high school level, you're not allowed to pull. You can't pull the runner forward.
Pull. You can't pull, but you can push.
You can push.
Yeah,
okay.
You can get behind and you can push.
Okay.
You can't, pull on his jersey forward.
I got you.
From my understanding. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So big stop there, but it looks like we got a Bucks player down. Possibly, don't believe I saw Booby get up from the pile there. So that might be Booby on the ground there. Hope the man's all right.
2 Bucks players now injured on today. Already missing Marzell Green, who's a big vet on that team. He's out, and now another player slow to get up. I think that's number 12.
Yeah, that's actually not Booby. I see Booby walking off to the side.
Or that might be a lineman,
Looks
actually.
like a lineman, yeah. I can't get his number, but once we get the number, we'll get a number and a name to you.
Yeah. Looking to get a trainer. So, again, man, late in this game, we try to avoid any injuries and play safe as much as we can, but we can't
This is football.
Control everything, man.
It's football, man. Football's a contact sport. It's you can only control what you can control, but bodies are flying out there. Guys are getting rolled up on. Like we always say, any play in football can be your last, man. That's why you want to make sure that you give it 1,000% up until that last point.
Yeah, but humans, man, our bodies are fragile. Like, we're not designed to collide, right?
That's actually number 93, Joe Shelton. So that's actually a personal one for me. I know Joe very well, good friend of mine, been a friend of mine now for over 10 years. So he's struggling a little bit of a hamstring injury coming into today. Hopefully that's all it is. It's just a hamstring might be tightened up on him again, but he's able to get off on his own accord. So shout out to Shelton. Get better soon, bud.
I always want to make sure our guys are, healthy and not hurt. Not even, like you said, not even from a football standpoint. Just, these guys are friends and family members and people, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, but, with that, the show must go on. First down now for the Spartans. 13 minutes to go left in this game.
Yeah, 1st and 10. You got Scotty now in at the quarterback. So many things opening up. He can do so many different things with his legs, with his arm strength, with his size, So I'm curious to see how the Bucks adjusted to this true dual threat type QB. They haven't had much time. Not like they got a whole halftime. They had about 10 minutes over on the sideline to figure it out. But hopefully they got enough time in with each other to really figure out how they can contain him, keep him in the middle of the field, and bring him down once they get their hands on him. Trips to the boundary side of the field, the short side of the field.
As a handoff to number...
Oh, he's running hard.
Yeah, he's running hard, but, met early by the defenders. I can't get a number. That's number 16.
At first, number 4 was the first one to hit him, and Ricky Crosby, and then, a gang of them followed.
I'm saying the ball carrier for the Spartans.
The ball carrier for the Spartans is, I believe, number 6. No, that's not 6. I'll get a number for you here in a moment. 2x2 look here for the Spartans. Scotty waiting for a call from the sideline. Looks like he's got it. Cover 2 look here for...
He throws it, and he sheds the defender, and he's got room to run, folks. Defender falls. He's got nothing but the end zone waiting for him. Touchdown, Spartans, which was all caused by a defensive blunder by the Bucks, and that's why good teams prevail, and the Spartans now have added to their lead 13-0. And a defender was left on an island, and he fell by his own footsteps and led the ball carrier in for 6. I want to see who had that ball. I think that
Good
was
catch by number 14, Q Johnson, and getting into the end zone, man. Great job. Great pitch by Scotty. It's one of those out routes there. Another out route that they've been running all night long, but this one ends up turning into a touchdown. Able to turn up the sideline, cut it back into the middle of the field. Unfortunately, the safety for the Buccaneers slips and trying to turn it slips. I believe that was Mr. Evans. And touchdown. Nothing else left to say. Great job by the Spartans here. 12-16 left now, putting themselves up 2 scores.
impressive. Number 14. I told you that jersey number's magic, and good score by number 14. And now the Bucks are an extra point away from being up 14.
And so you see Scotty pacing back and forth, pointing at everybody in the stands, really living it up, having a great time.
So I was gonna say, what does this do to KD's mentality? Is his ego? He was playing good football, right? Nothing bad, and then he gets taken out, and Scotty's been put it in. So
one thing I know about KD is that he's a team player, right? And he played well. So let's take nothing away from his ability, but and what he did tonight in this football game. He had a touchdown pass that was dropped on a post route that should have been a touchdown.
True.
He completed 5 to 6 hitch routes, out routes on the outside. He did a great job leading the team. Unfortunately, the Achilles heel for him tonight was the snaps and not being able to hold on to the ball. But at the end of the day, he knows what Scotty can bring to the table. He knows that Scotty is a very mobile guy. He can make some things happen with his feet and can throw the ball as well. End of the day, KD wants to win. So he's cheering on his guys. I'm sure he's just as happy as the next man around. And then he'll be waiting, in the shadows for when he gets another shot.
For sure. And also, other teams are watching, They may need a quarterback. Who knows, And
if you notice, guys from the Spartans are still going by KD. They're giving him fist pumps. They're talking to him. They're still engaging him in the football game, which lets you know the kind of respect they have for him as a man and the kind of teammate he is towards his team and not being a negative person at this point in the game.
Definitely. It's all a team sport, and, as long as the Spartans win, what matters, what your stats are looking like.
Right.
But also in football, it's about doing your job, and I felt like he did his job. So.
Yeah, he definitely did. Like I said, he had the score should have been 7-0 before he came out the game. He did a great job marching down the field. Had a receiver on a post route. Just receiver dropped the ball.
So let's see now how the Bucks respond.
Well, 12-16 left. Bucks got to make something happen here. They got to make something shake if they. For lack of a better way to put it, kind of want to keep their season alive. Hate to say it, but when it gets to a point where some teams aren't making the playoffs, a lot of guys, you lose buy-in. So you don't want to end up in a situation where you got to worry about if you can field the team the following week. If you're going to have the guys ready to go every single week. So they really need to knuckle down, get something going here, something positive. If not win the game, something positive to get out of this game with that they can take back to practice and be happy about.
Yeah, these guys watch film every week, so I imagine there's got to be some things that they want to circle.
Oh, yeah.
As this will be returned by Lonzo.
He's got some space.
And he runs it up the middle. Good return right around the 30 or 25-yard line.
Right around the 25 there. That was a really good tackle there. What is that? That looks like it's Big Jake in the tackle there.
So Jake and his brother Getty actually switched jerseys today.
Oh, okay.
So Jake is rocking, I believe, 0, and Getty's rocking 52.
Yeah, so that's Jake. Yeah, so that's Jake in there on the tackle. Great job by Jake. Looks like he's spending some time. He's one of the starting backers, too, so he's taking some time on the sideline here and giving somebody else some spin, so to speak, letting them in the game. Up 2 scores, 12-10 left. As long as the Spartans can pretty much keep this in keep this controllable, they'll look to start getting some different bodies in here and trying to give everybody some run.
So now, I imagine we were talking about, the composure and just sticking on the ground. Now I imagine Rico's going to set to the air a little bit.
You got to air this thing out. The coaches said that they want to air it out, but the problem that we're having is that Rico, I'm not sure if he's just holding on to the ball too long. Receivers aren't getting, open downfield, but at the end of the day, it's resulting in negative plays. It's resulting in sacks. So have a conversation with the O-line. Hopefully they can, sustain their blocks a little longer, give Rico somewhere to go up in the pocket. But until that O-line plays a little bit better, or they find a remedy for some of this blitz schemes that the Spartans have been doing the second half, they got to figure out a way to protect Rico so he can get the ball downfield. 2-by-2 look here for the Bucks. 2 safeties high for the Spartans. Cover 2 look. That's what they get. They get a cover 2.
Throws it over the middle. Nice swat.
Great play. Look at Ryan.
Good play. By, who was that, 43?
That's Ryan. I just know it's Ryan, but yeah, number 43, Ryan.
With Mr. Green Cleats.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
Ryan Napick.
Yeah, Ryan Napick, man. Mr. What is that? Neon.
Yeah, the Kobe's, bro. Those are like the green snakes. So, yeah, shouts to him.
Cleats.
I had to give a lot, presentations, everything. Him, number 11, has some drippy cleats, and then Michael Romero. So, yeah, Farmer, Romero, and Napick.
We used to call Romero, when I played with him years ago, man, he's never been short and drip. Always one of the cleanest looking guys on the field. Yeah, another good run here for, it looks like that's Booby with the handoff. Booby's been running the ball very well all game. O-line's been doing a good job, respectively, in the run game, but not so much in pass protection. So, but yeah, great run there by Booby, able to pick up a yard. But this will bring up 3rd and long here for the Bucks.
So, I don't have a panic button in my back pocket, but, if I'm the Bucks, you got to convert on this, or else that button's getting pushed.
And if you don't think that the Spartans are going to let up for a second. They got some momentum going. They're going to try to go back down there and score again.
Do you keep Scotty in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
The impact he's had, 2 drives starting, 2 drives scored. I'd keep him in the rest of the season. He's at
even
this
if
point,
Trey comes back healthy.
At this point, he's had more of an impact in his first 2 drives.
And that's incomplete pass.
Then I would say take away the 1 scoring drive from Trey last game. He's in these 2 drives, he's been more productive than Trey in 2 games.
With a broken hand.
Now, granted, he's had a broken hand, but
right.
At the end of the day, it's about who's getting it done.
Right.
So if Scotty can continue this level of play, I don't think there's really a debate.
That's fair.
You're putting your.
Then you're focused, but then you focus more on the run with Key. That's more.
You got to also remember the Spartans still got John Finch over there who hasn't touched the ball this season.
True.
So even if they have to make that move, they're still deep enough at the running back position to where they wouldn't lose a step. So something for them to probably think about. I'm sure they're going to review some film and really take a look at what they got going forward. I think they may have possibly found their guy here, and going forward, Scotty looks like he can handle it. Punting situation here for the Bucks, 4th and long, 9:18 and counting on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Spartans up 2 scores.
Arizona Cactus Football League game of the week. Spartans and Bucks 14-0 as the Spartans are set to return.
Billy's got some. He let it bounce.
And that's the other one he wanted. I mean, not this one. I'm sure it's he's gonna let it bounce. But going back to that other one where he wished he had it back.
Yeah.
Hasn't returned once.
That's 2 in a row now for
that's
Billy,
what I'm
right? Yeah, so that's 2 in a row. That's not like him. Yeah, like I said, I got a chance to play with Billy, and he was the type of kid that would return the ball when you don't want anyone around it. Like, get away from the ball. He'll pick it up and take off. So it's weird, so to speak, for me to see him give up 2 that he might have been able to make something shake on. But at the end of the day, it's a safe play. Offense gets on the field. Scotty's been balling. You guys have been making some plays. See what can happen.
So now with the clock kind of being the bigger enemy than the Bucks, do we see the ground game? Should we see the ground game?
If I know Coach Aaron well enough, you're going to see some run, but he's not going to get away from what he likes to do. Not until you get around that 5-minute mark where you might see him just run, eat the clock up. But here, I'd anticipate, run to set up the pass again.
Okay. Little bit of a duck goose, as we call it.
Yeah, he's going to continue calling his game. He's going to play call here to put up another score for sure. That's what he wants to do. He wants to continue to score.
So, 8 minutes to go in this game. I want to thank everybody that viewed the game, was a viewer of all the other games. Mm-hmm. Fans came out, purchased some of the concessions. Oh, yeah. I know JR loves hot dogs. He loves the cheeseburgers, the links. That's what the sausage. Yeah, the links. I mess with mustard, nice little spicy mustard on it.
Yes,
I'm with that.
I'm not really big on the mustard. I'm big on the ketchup and the relish, man. I love a good hot link though.
Okay.
And out here they make some good hot links here. So when I get out here on a Saturday, man, the first thing I do is go get me a hot link first and foremost.
That's his tradition. Broadcasters got their tradition. Players got their tradition. JR runs to the hot link.
I go get my hot link. As
Scotty lets this thing fly to the sideline to let some of his players get some touch the ball. So,
ball intended for number 81, Martwan Weaver, on the play. He seemed to have a corner underneath and a safety over top there. They're doing a good job. They've been bracket covering Martwan Weaver all game long. So he's known to be a deep threat. So Bucks doing their best to take that away. Either they've shown cover 0, where they just manned up and sent the house, not allowed time for him to get downfield, or they ran a little bit of cover 2 or possibly cover 4 with a bracket coverage over Martwan. And
Martwan having a chance to sit down with him, he's all about the team winning. So he's cool with having 0 catches as long as the team has the W. As there's a flag down, Scotty throws it complete to Billy. Good play, and we're going to see the guitar again.
There he goes to the guitar. I think we might have had a Bucks player jump off sides there before the ball was snapped. So a free play there for Scotty. He could have taken a shot downfield. He actually had a receiver wide open downfield on the post route. So the Bucks lucked out there by just that impressive catch by Billy.
So the guitar is fully tuned up tonight for Billy.
I want to know what he's playing. What kind of music is
I know.
That guitar? Billy seems like more of a hip hop guy, so I wonder
if could be like
some acoustic Future on there or something.
I don't know. Lil Wayne plays guitar.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, he made a rock album. You don't remember that when he was trying to skateboard and stuff?
I'm not sure if he was playing the guitar in that rock album, but
you calling me a liar?
No, never. 2x2 pistol look here for the Spartans. Almost got confrontational with the guy from New York. Handoff. Fake the handoff, and he keeps it. Good QB read.
And Scotty is running to the sideline.
Good read option. Earlier in the game, KD tried to do a read option, but he had to give. He doesn't quite have the leg speed that, say, a Scotty has. But and there, the Spartans running the exact same play they ran with KD earlier in the game. But now, when that DN crashes, Scotty's able to keep that ball and get to the outside and pick up, looks like it to be about 7 yards. So good job there by Scotty. Great read. And the Spartans keep it moving.
So
second and short.
We saw 2 weeks ago the Reapers have a 14-minute drive in the fourth quarter. So, a 6-minute drive to end the game is not out of the books. As another handoff to Key, and he cuts it out to the outside, bounces off a couple defenders, looking like a bumper car, and getting a first down and moving the change. And now the Spartans are. In the driver's seat.
See, what you're seeing here is exactly what a dual threat QB brings to the table. They weren't getting much in the run game before in terms of being able to gash for 15 yards, at least like a straight downhill inside zone. Scotty being able to move around now, tires his defense out. Linebackers been chasing, defensive ends been chasing, and now Key comes in, gets the ball, able to make a big run up the middle. So great job by Scotty, great job by that offensive line. Unfortunate here for the Bucks as the game starts to whittle down and they catch their defense on the field longer and longer and longer as the game goes on.
Also, their defense without their captain and big play Dominic. So Scotty now steps into the pocket, now runs to the outside, and is able to bulldoze his way into the sideline, into the sideline. So right at the stick. I think he was short of the stick. We'll bring up a second and inches.
Scotty out here looking like Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl, man. just taking off everywhere, just moving the chains. You can't tackle him.
In arcade mode,
Arcade mode, yeah.
And with that, they actually did give him the first down.
I know for some of the listeners at home, when I just mentioned Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl, that struck a chord. Bo made a lot of people mad. We had a rule in our house growing up where no one could pick Bo. Growing up, I remember that 2x2 look here for the Spartans, 450 and counting. You're going to notice them start to slow their pace down a little bit here going forward.
Yeah, they brought that rule back in 04 with Michael Vick, as the handoff to Key is up the middle, and he's upended.
That's a good tackle. That number 25 for the Buxton on that play there. That's a really great tackle by was it LaDonte Moore? Great play. 2nd and 7 for the Spartans. 4:22 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Score 13-0.
14 after they made the 2 extra points.
Okay, 14-0. Apologize there.
No worries. I know we've gotten got for that before.
Empty look here now for the Spartans, showing a trips look here down below. 2 receivers up towards the top of the screen here.
Yeah, fun fact about Bo Jackson, you spoke on it, was he split so much time between football and baseball that he actually never broke a record in any sport.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And pass over the middle is intercepted, and there's Carl. Like you said, we were going to keep an eye on him tonight, and he may have 6 wrapped around this interception. And if he beats the quarterback like he does, he will strut into the end zone.
Play, Carl. Great play by Mr.
But
Evans.
with that being said, there is a flag on the field, so hold your horses. As
if that play holds up, we got a football game.
And if not, Carl just did a lot of cardio.
He doesn't mind, though. Great athlete. He's in good shape. He'll be all right.
So let's see what the call is.
It looks like one ref is signaling a bit of an offsides. The other one's just talking over with the white hat. So we'll see what they come up with here in a second.
Yeah, they're coming back this way, too, so who knows. But, yeah, like you said, man, Carl, obviously wanted to make up for that, that slip on ice or whatever you want to call it when he was left in the open field. But
in the last few downs, though, in terms of their air attack, they ran that slot receiver on a post. And I think Carl picked up on that and just sat on the post that time. I mean, like I said, veteran players make savvy plays, and he's realizing he's been getting a post route here in their passing scheme for the last couple possessions, so to speak, or snaps when they do choose to pass the ball. Decided to sit in the middle of the field and came up on something. So good job there by Carl.
So the refs definitely going into this conversation, trying to figure out what the conversation's about, maybe talking about dinner plans after this game,
or they're talking about they're taking their sweet time, so maybe they get paid overtime.
Like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. Fellas, should we send it to overtime?
Yeah, referees. Who do you have in fantasy? Well, I had Scotty scoring one more touchdown.
I had Scotty on my bench, man, so I can't.
So we don't know what's going on over there. But hey, Carl Evans is on my defense, and he just got an INT.
Yeah, so we may need that.
They'll figure it out here in a second, but whatever it's going to be, it's going to benefit everybody.
We got league official Raph trying to figure it out, like, hey, guys.
So we got a personal foul against the Spartans. And then you got another personal foul against the Bucks. Three personal fouls against the Bucks.
And do 3 and 1 offset, or is it like 2...
No, it's one of those. You get the over on it. So, if you get one team gets 1 penalty, the other team gets 3, then those 2 penalties that
cool.
You get the difference in it. So
I think it's going to be after the interception.
Yeah, so it's going to be the defense is going to be on the field here for the Spartans. Just that we're going to take that touchdown off the board, and the Bucks are going to have to go the length of the field to make something happen with 3:33 left in the fourth quarter.
Down by 2 scores.
Down by 2 scores. So. But, man, what a big play that would have been if Carl's able to get that interception, run it all the way back, get that score. Now, hypothetically, I can't count points that haven't been scored yet, so I won't say they got the field goal, but now they make it a 6-14 ball game, right? So now all you got to do is get a stop, possibly an onside kick, and you got a whole different ball game now with 3 minutes left to go in the game, but unfortunately, a couple penalties stopped that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, talking about controlling the controllables, at what point when he is, pretty much walking in the end zone, at what point do you just, let off the blocks? I mean, it's not like they're going to catch up to him,
Yeah, at some point you got to say, you know what, my athlete's out here. He's already made a play.
Right.
Move on. But It's been a long game for the Bucks. You know, they're leaving it all out here. This is a must-win situation for them. They know it. They're in a must-win situation the rest of the season. And, you know, you're dealing with a group of guys that, yes, the Bucks are a new team, but a lot of these men on this team are not. They're used to being in the playoffs. They're used to playing in big games. They're used to winning these big games. And this season, they've been in a situation where they haven't been successful like a lot of them have been in the past. So, some frustration definitely is going to boil over. Or they're going to get a chance to take a shot on a guy. They're going to take a shot. It's just, you know, it's the nature of being a human, nature of being a football player.
So there's some conversations over on the sideline. Rose over there.
So now they're marching down to the other end. So maybe there was a different discussion here now with the officials here. So unfortunately, we don't have a mic down on the field to where we can really hear what they're saying.
And the scoreboard is.
We're waiting on gestures, and we're waiting to see what happens here. So if they kick a field goal here, we know that touchdown counted. If they do not kick a field goal here, then we know it did not count. But it looks like they're lining up on the goal line here.
So, I mean, long conversation. And, you know, there's got to be one arbiter of truth, right?
Right,
so.
yeah. I see Rico and some of the offensive linemen here and some of the skilled guys walking back onto the field here for the Bucks. So, curious to see exactly how this game continues now going forward.
Yeah, definitely a lot of confusion, but looks like an extra point attempt.
Yeah, it looks like an extra point attempt. So that touchdown's going to be good.
The touchdown's going to score or count. So it's 14-6 here with extra point attempt underway. Talking about icing the extra point attempt, right?
Right?
10-minute break.
This is a really important extra point, though, too. I mean,
right.
It's the difference between just needing a touchdown and an extra point or a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So,
right.
And they've had everyone blocked today. So, I mean, they're 0 for 2 on the day in field goals. So, now this one isn't from as far out as the other ones have been. They tried to attempt about a 40-yarder earlier, about a 35-yarder, about another 40-yarder on the 2 attempts earlier. This one will be extra point.
Yeah, around 27 yards, I'd say.
Yeah, if that much.
It's no, I'm sorry.
No, not even. It's about
on the 5. It's on the
7. So.
Oh, yeah. So 24-yard field goal.
Yeah.
My math serves me correct.
Give or take a yard or two. But
right.
PAT set up here for the Bucks, waiting on the white hat to go ahead and give everybody the go-ahead. Looks like he's about to do so now, and we're ready to rock and roll. Spartans loading up, trying to block this one. A lot of movement up front for the Bucks. They got to get settled down.
Waiting for the snap, hold, and the hold is no good, and the ball is still loose, and it's now recovered by the Spartans.
Rico came out the edge there and tried to pick that ball up and take off down the field. I'm talking about Rico for the Spartans, not for the
Bucks.
But for the Bucks, and that's Davion May tried to get that ball off the outside there, grab it, and take off down the field, and then muffed it. in the process, dropped the ball. But anywho, damage has been done. We got a 6-14 ball game now. In a sense, we kind of got that scenario I was talking about now. 3:28 left, 6-14. We got ourselves a football game.
And like you said, that was let's see if that's the dividing factor, you know, or if the Spartans can just run out the clock. You know, I don't know how many timeouts the Bucks have. I imagine they had to burn a few with the injuries.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that counts against them or not, how it's set up. But I get some clarification on that for next week. But I don't think they had to burn anything. I believe they still have at least 2 of their timeouts. So 3:28 left, and a long time when you factor in the timeouts as well.
And now I believe they're discussing more things like.
Yeah, the scoreboard's out here, so I'm assuming they're trying to make sure that they're all on the same page when it comes to the score. We're getting to a point now where the score is important. They're no longer up 2 scores. So now with the score made, you want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. That way both coaching staffs know what's needed by each side, by the Bucks in this aspect to win the game.
So Let's see.
Oh, those penalties were administered to the kickoff. So the touchdown stood, and now the penalties are being enforced on the kickoff.
Okay. That makes way more sense.
So
now
the Spartans will get a great field position, but
and it looks like they're lining up for an attempt on onside. Dangerous.
Yeah.
But desperation calls.
Yeah, but you got to do what you got to do at this point in the game. You got to try to force the issue here, and so we'll see if the Bucks are able to try to force this issue here and force the Spartans to make a mistake here on this onside kick attempt.
Ball just has to go 10 yards.
There's a lot of field over on the far side of the field here. They might want to look to maybe pooch it over their head.
And
Tries to kick it deep.
Finch
has got some room here. He's got some real good track speed if he can get ahead of steam.
And now Finch cuts it out left. And now he breaks a couple tackles. But then he's,
I should say he'd have been gone about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe might have lost a step or two.
He's gone if you count half the field.
Yeah, right. Back in the day, Finch turns that corner. There's almost no stopping him after that.
So Spartans now in Bucks territory with 3:18 left in this contest.
Yep.
Only up by one score, but like you said, the coveted extra point is that big divider. So, yeah, the Spartans can just kind of run out the clock. But if they could score, then they'll really put a dagger in this game.
But I believe you'll see the Spartans run the ball here. You should see them run the ball 2 times. On the third time, possibly try to pick up the first down, depending on down and distance. But if I'm them, you'd see me run the ball 3 straight times here. Let's make them use those timeouts.
Snap, hand off to Key as he cuts up inside and gets maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, that's a good tackle by number 25, LaDonte Moore. His name being called here a little bit more regularly as the fourth quarter's kept on. Definitely trying to do everything he can for his team to come out on the victorious side of things here tonight. Bucks defense been playing well all night, though. They just spend a lot of time on the football field. I mean, and that's been the story of their season, is that this defense there's a lot of names out there. Daniel Shive, Ricky Crosby, Joe Sheldon, LaDonte Moore, Dominique. We've talked about so many, Carl Evans, Roderick. We talked about so many guys on that defense that are really talented.
Fred.
Fred. And at the end of the day, though, if they're always on the field, man, they're going to get tired and weak, and the offense hasn't helped them out.
So with that, I believe the
QB
Bucks
keep
have
out
taken
there.
another timeout.
QB keep by Scotty off the left side. It would be really close to the first down here. It'll be 3rd and short.
6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning.
So we got 2:06 left. Timeout here by the Bucks. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard here for the Spartans. This first down conversion could be the ball game.
And with that, want to thank our production team for tonight's production. We had Jessica on the camera running the live feed. We have Donovan, our producer, making this production go, making it happen. We have my gentleman to the right running the clock. And we have the young gentleman up top also running the other camera. So we have a full production team here at the AzCFL. So thank you guys to making this possible.
Yeah, kudos to them putting up with our annoying commentary every Saturday.
And Thursday.
And
Donovan
Thursday.
has to see my voice. And then, the clips I send him throughout the week. It's like, full-time job hearing my voice,
It's crazy, I never, this is my first year being a broadcaster on this side of things, but you see NBC, the NBC family, we're becoming our own little family as time's going on, man. It's just fun to be a part of, fun to grow together.
East Coast, baby.
Oh yeah, enjoying it. Eagles over Giants. Anyways, the 3rd and short here for the Spartans.
You look good in blue, though.
No, 2x2. Green's better.
If we're talking money, I agree.
I look good in anything. You know what I mean?
Talk that.
Good QB draw here. He picks up the first down. Great run by Key.
He's going to pick up the first down, and I think he's going to pick up the W for his team. He's
got to stay in bounds there, though, man. Can't get out of bounds. Got to stay in bounds.
The clock stops on a first down anyway, and the 2-minute warning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
it's
a double dip
warning.
here.
Yeah.
The
So I guess it doesn't matter.
AzCFL.
Save yourself the hit, right?
You know?
See, apparently Key has a better IQ and awareness than I did up here in the booth. So he knew that was going to be a 2-minute warning, decided to get out of bounds versus take a hit. Smart guy. Ignore what I'm saying when you listen to this back, Key. Apologize.
But hey, he made the move. He survived another down, and 2 minutes left in this contest. And first half was scoreless and gritty, but now it turned into what expected to be a close fight between two teams on the game of the week, and that's what we signed up for.
This Spartans team down the stretch is dangerous. They've got the heart of their schedule, the meat of their schedule is kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, almost behind them, and they're getting towards a part of the schedule that kind of opens up a little bit. So this team's going to be very dangerous down the stretch. They're only going to play better football as they go forward, especially when if they're able to get Trey back off of the hand injury. But the way Scotty's playing tonight, I'm sure they have no issue in letting him have the keys to the offense here the rest of the season and seeing where it could take them. So they're playing good football.
So high snap there, brought down, and Key.
Somebody just got ran over there. I believe that was number 8. Daniel Shipe just got, for lack of a better, the lower man didn't win. So, but good effort there by Shipe coming in on the tackle, trying to make things happen.
So with that little under 120 or 130 to go left in this game, beautiful night here in Phoenix, Arizona. I want to say like 154 degrees, give or take, a wind chill.
Be careful what you ask for. It's right around the corner, man. Like, what are we getting close to the end of April?
Oh man!
Right around that May, June. That's when those triple digits, man, are unforgiving in Arizona. Unforgiving.
It's 103 at night at 4 in the morning.
And you can really legit fry an egg
on the sidewalk.
Cement.
Yeah,
you can. It's true. It's a fact. All you need is a little bit of oil, throw it down on some cement, and you could fry an egg. I would recommend eating it, but you could definitely fry an egg.
I'm not coming over for breakfast, man. I'm sorry.
No, you can't come over for breakfast, man. I make a great omelet.
All right, but on the sidewalk, or you cooking it on the stove?
Oh man, I got a whole stove, man.
Oh, I thought I have a whole sidewalk, bro.
What you know? I do got a whole sidewalk if that's what you prefer. I could cook your eggs on the sidewalk. Might add some flavor.
That could.
You ever heard the phrase "rub some dirt on it"? That could work for you.
Or like starting from the ground level.
Starting from the ground up, yeah. Hey, your egg started from the bottom. Now it's here.
I got it.
Worth a shot. 2 by 2. I'm beginning to become just as cheesy in the booth as Jesse, and we're working on. A great run by Scotty.
Scotty may have.
Oh my goodness.
Another score. Now I was gonna say in honor of DMX, the fallen soldier. I was gonna say
man.
Egg's gonna bring it to you.
Egg's gonna bring it to you, man. So rest in peace to DMX,
the dog father.
Everyone that's we all grew up listening to him. If you're a fan of the hip hop community and things like that. So my condolences to his family. He's got his kids. And everyone he's left behind. Obviously the hip hop world feels that presence being lost. A lot of us who grew up listening to him feels that presence being lost, and the world will mourn. And like I said, prayers for him and his family. Minute left here in the game and counting. Looks like Spartans will be setting up into a victory formation after a big first down pickup by Scotty Bugatti.
And with that, the snap is and the bad snap, and
actually
that's going to be a penalty.
The Bucks might have this ball. That muff snap has been an issue all night long.
Let's see what they score it. Or what they call it, their flag on the field. We got to start getting a flag counter.
Oh man, I'm not sure we can count that high. Some days, some nights is almost like laundry day.
Or it's like the clown where the flag doesn't end.
Right.
He just keeps pulling it out of his pocket.
But it's always the same color.
Yeah, it's like, man, this flag, this clown, man, he's low budget.
Man, like I'm telling you, man, I think the refs might actually truly, might be getting paid some overtime. They've been letting this last minute so just drag out. we gotta find out from the commish if it's hourly or by game. How does this work?
Or they look good in the stripes, man. Maybe they're just flexing.
What's the incentives to get these games over quick?
I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm like, hey, ref, I heard your wife's cooking lasagna. You might want to get home.
If his wife's cooking lasagna, I'm sure he'd have been gone out of here.
Yeah, it's true.
He'd had a running clock the whole second half. Lasagna? I love me some lasagna.
Lasagna. That It's like Chicago deep dish pizza. That's what I think of it.
I'm from Philly, man. I like New York style.
Yeah,
so,
thank you. See, if I can't fold it, I'm not holding it.
And if the grease ain't through the bag, I don't want it.
Yeah, come on, bro. If I can't use my sleeve as a napkin, we can't.
They can't even deal with it.
Yeah, come on. So a lot of communication here on
Got offsides here on the Bucks. That'll just march the Spartans forward for 5 yards. Oh, they got 2 penalties. Oh, just had a guy kicked from the game too.
Yeah, you get bounced. 30 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, see, and that's unfortunate, man, to get kicked out of the game because now they got to miss next game too.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Do we know who it was?
I didn't see a jersey number.
Raf's going to pick him up. So
yeah, he's been kicked out, so he's got to leave. He's got to leave the field now.
And who is?
That's unfortunate. That's what I mean when you're in a situation like the Bucks, man, and you've expected more out of this season. You haven't gotten what you've expected out of this season so far. Tempers will flare. You get frustrated, and now you got a guy doing something now that's going to cost this football team for next week because now they won't have one of their players. So,
30 seconds left in a game, and you're going to miss out a whole game because of not being able to compose yourself. That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Find out who it is.
But at this time, he's probably like, heck, what am I playing for anyways? We're not in the playoffs. We may not make the playoffs. We haven't gone on a run. We got to win out to have a chance, so maybe he's thinking his time is done. So, anywho, it'll be 1st and goal here for the Spartans. Looks like the Spartans are actually going to line up here and try to score, so we'll see how this goes for them.
So, clock is running.
Got a pistol strong formation. I haven't seen this out of the Spartans. Got a pistol weak, actually. Twins to the left here.
So I imagine they're just
letting the
clock,
yeah.
Age like a fine wine.
Maybe have it be the last play of the game if they want to try to score.
Like a buzzer beater.
Yep.
And he's going to take a knee. Victory formation.
Victory formation. All right.
So with that being said,
That's
the
a
clock
big win there for the Spartans, man.
have hit 0, and the Arizona Spartans have found their way back to a victory after losing 2 games in a row. And the Bucks continue their woes as they cannot figure out a way to get on the winning side of things. So with that being said, the final score here at Cortez, 14 to the Bucks 6.
Yep.
And great quarterback performance in the second half by Scotty Bugatti Hutchinson. But, of course, our hat and, the metaphorical game ball goes to KD.
Oh,
man.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. KD came out today, and he established himself. He got the offense going to start the game, made some great throws. Unfortunately, the touchdown pass that he could have thrown was dropped by his receiver on a post route. But overall, great job by KD today, getting in the game, getting some things done for the Spartans, picking up where Trey left off. But hats off as well to Scotty, getting in here, first 2 drives in at quarterback, picking up 2 scores right off the bat, and using his athleticism to his advantage. Big call, great decision by the coaching staff. Good job by the Spartan team to figure out a way to get it done tonight. And
with that being said, man, the Spartans go into now what we've officially entered the second half of the season, starting off 1-0 in this new season, if you will. And that's exactly the direction they want to go in. And the Bucks, man, kind of more of the same, and this time a little bit more insult to injury as they lost 2 key players.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Shelton, who went down tonight, and Dominique that went down tonight, man. My prayers with them. Hope for a speedy recovery, whatever it is. I hope it's minor. They played, left it all out on the field today. The defense was the anchors for these guys. Those are 2 key defensive players for this Bucks team. Prayers out to them and their families as they try to heal up.
And with that being said, we have wrapped up another week in the AzCFL. Congratulations to all the winning teams. Best of luck next week for the losing teams. For the families, friends, and members of the league, thank you for making this week possible. Make sure to tune in this week to catch the league podcast that I host, Intel, as well as the show Matt Archer, the commissioner, hosts, Commission's Picks, as well as the content spread throughout the week. And then make sure to tune in next week as JR and myself will be here to call the game of the week. and continue what is the second half of an exciting season. So for the AzCFL Game of the Week, Week 6, J.R. Warner, Jesse Burke, we are signing off.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Cactus Media X or Arizona Cactus Football League's consent is prohibited.